And welcome to week 7 of Shadowguard, where we watch the group escort somebody. So welcome back. I meant to have it up and running earlier. Apparently, something happened and it just didn't switch over to the Chop Shop network. I don't know what happened, so it's just starting right away on this stream. Charlie, do you have any announcements or anything like that going on? Cool. Yep, welcome. I guess I just have just the one. Came out with a new thing on Charlie's Discord known as the Canitar, working with a guy named Freddie N, who has his Patreon that he does like 3D models on. And that is now up on there. It's cute little like centaur doggy things. Playable race and a couple NPCs, so that way you can incorporate them into your campaign if you're interested in using centaur type dog things. They're Canitar? They're a canine with like centaur. So that's good. It is a playable class. The puppy dog eyes. I mean, regrettably, they don't exist in this universe, so they're not a playable race within our campaign itself. But another campaign, potentially in the future, they might be a playable race. Oh, I must have unmuted the wrong one. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Sure.
Hello?
I only muted one of my audios, not both. I apologize. Other than that, does anybody else want to do the recap, or should I do the recap for you all?
Shit happened. Don't trust me. I like pudding, and we met a girl.
And we met a girl.
That encompasses everything over the last session, doesn't it?
That is a decent sum up of the session in the quickest version possible. You guys helped put out some fires, fought a few bandits, found a family that was in a burning house that you rescued that pointed you in the direction to a well with a hidden chamber inside it, or down, inside of it, where you ran into Valna Withrian. She is a half-elf that has the ability, supposedly, to control the dead in some way, shape, or form. You guys haven't seen it happen. There are no undead here. And you decided, there was also a bunch of other town folks down in there that you spoke to the blacksmith of the town, and you haven't really spoken to anybody else down there. They're all kind of keeping to themselves. But I believe the last thing was said to Elle, but I can't remember quite exactly what it was, but it intrigued her.
A wink, wink, nudge, nudge, meet me in my tent later kind of thing.
No,
we were talking about
I don't think it was that forward, but
Valna? I think it was kind of pretty forward.
And there was no
maybe
tent.
To the untrained eye wasn't pretty forward, but to a scheming person, it's cut out.
Yeah. You all decided to take a long rest and sit down inside the well and stay safe as best you can for 24 hours, where you will regain all of your hit points. You get back half of your expended hit dice if you have any, which will be 1. It would still be 1 in this case. I don't believe it rounds up in the rules. And the night actually goes by peacefully.
So we took a long rest?
You guys took a long rest. You spent basically the entire night, instead of like leaving right away. You spent a day inside that cave. No bandits came down. It didn't seem like anybody checked it out, or if they did,
we should get 2 hit dice back, no?
I mean, the time frame, I'd be okay with that. It's 24 hours, so
it's a long rest.
Long rest, you get back half your maximum, but I believe it's rounded down.
No,
is it rounded up?
No, it's rounded up. D&D Beyond rounds it up, so I'm
okay.
assuming that.
Yeah, that'd be correct. And there's certain things that are rounded down, some things that are rounded up. I can't remember.
The only reason I know that is because of the long rest button.
Fair enough. So you guys get back 2 hit dice if you aren't already at your maximum.
Sweet.
And you wake up, you spend 24 hours in there. So what do you guys do during that 24 hours, since you are, for the most part, just kind of relaxing and recuperating?
Can you describe the interior of the well?
It is basically right where the entrance you guys pushed open to get inside. It's carved out, kind of like an arc, and then it opens up into a non-man-made cave. It's its own pocket cave that they happened upon at some point when making the well.
Okay. So it's like a mixture of man-made and natural.
Yes.
formations.
So it's about 10 to 12 feet tall. There's enough room. There's about 15 villagers down in there, and there's still room to move about. So there's some decent space down there. There's no other exit though. It's just the one entrance, and that's it.
You got to climb back up the well.
Yes, you do.
All right. I assume I would say Magnus is, as usual, studying spells, reading research. I'm assuming also he has a million questions for Valna.
Okay.
Because she has this ability to possibly turn undead or at least control them. I'm not quite sure what it is yet.
Okay.
But I feel like I don't want to bother her too much, or at least she wouldn't be responsive. But I assume at some point he tried to bug her and be like, I also had some questions about this and this and this and also this, and she was just like, leave me the hell alone after a while.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably a little bit. Like, I mean, she probably would give you like what like quick answers, like the first early questions would you ask her that she might have given you an answer to?
Well, she gave us a few pieces of information about when the undead were attacking the town, and now just to refresh me as a player, not as Magnus, but they had said that the zombies had been coming on and off for a while, right? Like that was a pretty normal occurrence.
It's pretty typical for the towns, just in the country to on occasion have undead venture towards town. It's where, in a sense, their food source is.
But this time she was able to drive them away.
There was a like almost in a sense like a horde of them came compared to the usual like maybe dozen at the most. Okay. So they got overwhelmed, and that's they were actually inside the town when she was able to, like, she basically, one of her friends, loved ones, was about to get eaten by one. It was literally like ravaging down on them, and she screamed. It stopped what it was like, frozen place stopped what it was doing, and she just told it to leave, like, go away, and it just got up and just walked out. It didn't run, it just walked out, and so did everything else in the town.
Okay. So I think the first thing Magnus is going to start asking her then is religious questions. What's your religious background? What's your belief system? What gods do you keep? You know, what faith do you have faith, if any? That kind of thing.
Okay.
I would assume, well, I don't know, maybe you want me to make an intelligence roll to see if he's aware of clerics turning dead, because that's what it sounds like to me.
You would be aware of that. That is definitely something, especially being the Shadowguard, you would be aware that exists. For sure.
So yeah, so that would be, he'd be bothering about that kind of specifically first, I think.
Okay. I think you kind of ask her about her, like, you don't really poke towards the vampire, or not the vampire, but the undead controlling. Mm-hmm. And she kind of like, so you kind of point towards religion, like, what's your religion? You know, are you a cleric and all that type of stuff. She does let you know that she is not a cleric. She worships, as almost all elves do, even though she's a half elf. She worships the Suri.
The same god I do.
Which is
we got a lot in common.
Which is Seranus. She is she's the lord of the underworld. Whereas Nergal, which is the one that humans and everybody else worships, is like the second lord. He's second in command compared to her. But she worships, Seranus. She also worships, it's Altir, which is the god of restoration.
Altir?
Yeah. Allitur. Altir.
Altir, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Altir.
Gotcha. And
Altir.
That's the god of
restoration. Restoration. Gotcha. So, yeah.
All right, so that definitely strikes Magnus as interesting. I'm assuming he also asked her if she has any formal training with religion.
She looks and goes, no. My family were merchants. When my father and mother could no longer do it, I took up the trade. I've been doing this for 10 years or so. She's roughly in her, I actually don't know the ages on half elves, but she looks like she'd be in her 30 in human years, look wise.
Okay.
Good.
I was just gonna say, okay, I don't think he has many other questions for her yet. Just to not press her too hard.
Okay.
So Magnus is going to take notes.
Why
obviously.
Don't you really quickly though give me an insight check?
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to see if this biatch is lying to me.
How dare you?
I'm not talking about you, Elle.
Elle, are you at like her side at all times, or what's going on with you?
Oh, I forgot. Elle's in love with her.
Yes.
That's all Magnus is doing. Beyond that, he's gonna take notes and research on Alatur.
I think Elle is. I don't know if she's in love with her yet, but she's very much infatuated with her.
Oh God.
At least based off the quick little talk they had at the end of last session.
Right.
But for you, I mean, for everything you're hearing from her, it all seems believable. There's nothing you can really discern out of the ordinary.
I don't have a great bullshit detector. Even
No.
Though I'm
Oh, I do.
Even though I'm fairly wise, I'm a little bit gullible. Anyway, so that's all Magnus does. You can go to the next.
Sure. I mean, I'm assuming each of you attempt at some point. I think you probably asked some personal question. Magnus kind of getting really into the research of it, and she gets insulted and gets angry, and like that's when you decide to back off.
That seems correct.
But she's not like hates you. She's just like, okay, we're done. So
Hey, dear,
Luke,
can I ask my questions yet? Do you like pudding? Yeah, do you actually sell pudding? You said you were a merchant there, so I imagine pudding is something that you might peddle.
Yeah.
Do you happen to have any pudding with you?
I do not. As you look at her, she has just like on her clothing, like a pouch at her side, which you would assume is probably her gold. And that's just like everything else is in the cart. I would assume it's stolen by this point.
So, do you actually like pudding, or?
Yeah, pudding is delicious.
Oh, excellent. I actually happen to have an extra pudding here if you care for. Actually,
Oh,
would you like me to open it?
I would love some.
Oh, excellent. Actually, I gave you a pudding earlier and you put it in your pocket, so you lied to me there. What else are you lying about?
I didn't. What are you talking about?
When I first talked to her, I gave her a pudding. She put it in her pocket.
Yes, I had to save it for
I'm speaking
11s.
not in my character's voice.
I understand that.
I am not speaking to you. I'm speaking to you as a GM.
As a GM, I do not recall of this, but her answer to you, if you bring this up, she goes, I was saving it for 11s.
Oh, so you don't want to have pudding with me, the giver of your pudding. I get it.
Well, I assumed as in
11Cs is
an
very
elven
important,
tradition.
But it's first breakfast, second breakfast, 11Cs brunch. Then you got to go to lunch, and then you got to go to late lunch, early supper, dinner, and a late night snack. You can eat at any time. I completely understand it. You're more like a hobbit than you are. Sorry,
An elf.
halfling than you know.
Yeah,
You want to smoke some halfling weed sometime on our way back there and really
Some
talk
pipe weed?
about the finer arts of pudding?
you know what? I would like that.
You're a great person, Despite what anyone might say or in the future, I got your back,
No matter what I might say in the future.
Oh yeah.
That's what Luke says.
As long as you
or
talk
means.
about pudding, whatever.
No matter what I say later, I really like you.
So she goes, okay. No, thank you. I will eat this one right now, though.
Oh, awesome. You're kind of the best there. I actually have a quick question there. You said you were a merchant. What were you actually delivering here on your way out here?
Just standard supplies. Your typical farming tools, general store, restock. Because, I mean, I'm the one who supplies to the general store. So.
Did you actually get it from a different vendor this time? Or, was it the kind of the same guy or a different guy or something?
No,
kind
it's
of fishy,
it's a
or
typical.
anything
It's my family business, so we get from the same people our supplies that we sell for the last 40 years. Nothing out of the ordinary there.
I'm sure that pardon me, lots of pudding.
Excuse you.
Grand Alchemist there can help you out there. He's probably gonna ask the right questions. I'm just a kind of a lonely halfling pudding peddler. Who carries a big stick and talks even louder.
Okay. I guess. You're taking me to.
Anyway, have you met my friend Elle here? She's kind of a fetching lady here.
I have.
She's probably got some better words to ask for you. To try to I really just wanted to talk about pudding there, but she's actually
It was a good talk.
I think she kind of fancies you, based on like the way she's looking at you there. And
Yeah,
then
that's
I walk
okay.
away, pat her on the back, it's like, go get him, Tiger. Atta girl.
As you apparently walk up to Volna, she is blushing slightly. And she looks and goes, I also am speechless.
Well, That would make a girl blush. So, suppose we're both just blushing and being awkward around each other.
I guess so. Would you care to sit down? I have some pudding if you want some.
That sounds lovely.
So, she sits down. You guys find like not a empty corner of the cave, but like a place where there's at least enough space to stretch out. She kind of looks and goes. She goes, "So what's your story? What are you doing with these two? I don't really know how to say little, but the hobbit and the gnome, halfling is what I meant to say."
I've been saying hobbit.
That was your last mistake.
Dead. She goes, "What's your story?"
There's a lot of bad things that happened in my past, but finding these companions who happen to be small it's actually worked pretty well in my favor. I enjoy their company and we get things done.
They seem quite interesting. He asks a little bit too personal of questions though. And the other one, he really likes his pudding. Is there a reason behind that?
I think it's a nostalgia thing for him. It's like home for him.
Oh, I can understand that. He's pushing home on everybody because he misses it.
Also,
Okay.
with the other one, he doesn't realize that he's being nosy per se. He just really likes learning about people and things.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, I like learning about people, so you said there's a lot of bad things that happened in your past. Like what?
Well, I grew up... is he dead?
No, Archie is not, no.
Okay. I grew up with a really great man, but I ended up having to leave him.
It sounds... was there a reason you had to run? I mean, you can tell me.
Perks his ear up and like scoots a little closer,
Give me a stealth check.
trying to eavesdrop.
Yeah, give me a stealth roll. See how sneakily you are.
Oh, not doing nothing.
All
Just
right.
studying.
Al,
Reading
you're
my
very
book.
much concentrated on Valna, so you're not really, looking around and aware of everything. So your passive is lower than that 20. So yeah, Magnus, you kind of scoot a little bit closer without the notice of L.
Yes.
So continue.
Well, I made an enemy, and it didn't go well. Not in my favor.
That's never good. There's dark things in my past also. Ones I don't typically like to talk about. But if you want to talk, I am more than willing to share my own experiences.
Of course, I'd love to hear.
She goes, I told Magnus, and she actually looks, because she notices you, Magnus. She goes,
Damn, she's onto me.
she goes, I told Magnus that
Huh? What?
my parents were tired. That's not the case. My mother was killed a very long time ago.
Ooh.
And by a very long time ago, I mean when I was born. She was attacked and killed, and then I was born. I was saved just barely. And I've had to live with that since. So, I mean, my father, he is retired now, but my mother died because she couldn't defend herself because of me. She had to protect me.
You can't blame yourself for that. There's no way you could have helped her, and it was her and your father's choice to have a child, and I'm sure she would be very happy with you being here today.
I like to think so. I try to live a good life to, cherish her memory from all the stories that I was told before she was gone. But she kind of like, she wipes the tear away from your eye as you sniffles. And she goes, so, I mean, what about you? Who was this man? And why did you have to leave? What was his name?
Name is Archie.
It's a lovely name.
became my stepfather after my. Oh, what did happen? Did he die? I
No,
don't remember
Archie did
any-
not die.
No. Archie, my
Your
actual.
father was killed in some type of thing when your mother remarried, who was then killed in some bizarre accident. I don't know if you actually wrote that down or what it was.
Nah.
And then then Archie, they took you in.
Yeah. Okay. My father died after I was born.
I would assume so. Make it up as you go. Go with it.
My father died after I was born, and so my mother was alone with me. And she met a brilliant man named Archie, and they raised me really, really well for the time that she was alive. But all good things come to an end.
That they do. They do. So.
So I was brought up by Archie, who, without him, I would definitely not be here today.
This man who you ran from must have been a horrible person.
Well, I think if I didn't run, I wouldn't be alive.
That is a good reason to run. But you may also want to consider that you running puts Archie in danger if he knows where you're at. Or that maybe it's better to fight sometimes.
Maybe. Which is why I'd like to check on Archie.
Maybe we
But-
can do that together. Once we get all this figured out.
I would love to have you in my company.
As would I. With you. I think, and then that's kind of where we'll just kind of cut that. You guys have a long conversation, kind of sharing details and get all cute and cuddly together for a little while.
Ugh, gross. Can I barf?
It's nothing gross that in public there are children in the room.
Never stopped him from barfing before.
That's probably true. He had too much pudding. Man, those few times he had too much pudding, man, just couldn't keep it all in. He didn't want to get rid of it.
That
Pudding
man.
spray.
It's that pudding drunkenness, man.
So yeah,
Greedy pudding.
So you do hear, Magnus, you overhear the conversation about her mother actually dying, and not in fact that they did not both retire. Luke, I'm assuming that Magnus maybe fills you in on that information at some point.
Oh,
Nope, he does not.
wait.
So
No,
you're
I tell him. I'm just kidding. I'm being an asshole. I tell him.
okay. He tells you. So you're all
I'm being an
Really?
asshole.
Oh,
Magnus-
really there? You don't say. You don't say, eh? Really, eh?
This is the
Couldn't
exact
believe that.
response as you're explaining it to him.
My, oh goodness, gracious, oh man, that makes me hungry for some more pudding.
And as soon as he finishes that sentence, you kind of look around, man, and everybody's just staring at Luke, like trying to figure out what he is like reacting to.
Don't you know he was telling me about his first time ever eating pudding? I think it's kind of an interesting story there. None of you would really be interested,
They all just
Go
kind of
back,
look
go
a
about
little
your
confused, and they
business,
just kind of
everyone,
ignore you and yeah, they look away. So the day goes by, and you all know it's a full day that goes by. So technically, it's about it's like a day and a half, roughly ish.
Oh,
When you guys all leave the well, everybody climbs back up. You help the weaker ones, like pulling the rope up and helping them out that way. And you come up to a mostly burned village. About the whole entire northeast side is just burned and charred. You can't see buildings there for the most part. There's little like sticks sticking up here and there that are just black. Madness, where you were able to quench the fire.
Yeah.
It did stop, and then looking around the area, there are still the dead bandits around where you're at. A lot of the houses have broken windows, doors are busted, walls are just cracked. Any of the houses you go into, all the furniture is destroyed.
Oh man,
They were searching like no, they're trying to find
they turned it over,
Valna.
huh?
They basically turned it over. It's destroyed.
And they were trying to find Valna. Confirmed.
You don't know that technically. The only thing you know is that they were looking for something more than likely based off what you see. They either found it and left, or they gave up for the time being.
Okay.
So,
by the way, I pranced over to the nearest dead body and started searching through it.
You start searching through it. You find
I particularly prance,
nothing on the bodies. They have all been looted.
Looted by whom?
You
Notice the correct use of who than whom there.
You would probably make assumption that the other bandits that were maybe still around potentially looted their bodies, took their equipment, and left. You notice that all of the symbols on their chests that mark the Testrax are missing.
Hey there! Somebody, beat us here, they took all the shit before we could get there. This is kind of ridiculous there. One might say outrageous, L, go check some other bodies and see if, I'm not just, going crazy here.
L checks bodies.
All right, so you guys have already checked like these bodies here. The only other bodies you know or are aware of are in the center of town. You go there are a bunch of dead peasants, a bunch of dead bandits, and as you look around Elle, I think Magnus and Luke, you're probably with her, you realize that Osgood's body is gone.
Oh, fuck.
You forgot to give him the right?
I didn't have a
Let's go ahead and just delete that off the map.
Bye, Osgood.
Osgood's body is missing. All the bodies have been looted. The basically only thing they have on them is their clothing, from what you can tell.
I tap Magnus. Magnus, do we actually bury him?
We never got a chance because we hid in this well. We almost died, remember?
No, I was kind of, not paying attention half that fight there. I think I kind of took a dirt nap or something.
By not paying attention, do you mean unconscious and close to death?
If you have the kind of same thing as a nap, then that's yes, then it's a yes.
Well, regardless, I meant to. I want to bury his body still, and wherever it's gone, we should find it.
Should we start tracking that there then now, or should we do it later, or,
Well, as guilty as I feel, we kind of have a duty to Valna at this point.
We kind of have a duty to both of them there. Maybe she can help.
Alchemist.
Well, he's a paying customer, so we can make him wait,
I mean, Elle, do you think you could convince Valna to help us search out Osgood first?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Valna's probably still over. She's probably at one of the other ends of the middle area, like kneeled down, like hand to her mouth, like trying to hold back tears as she's looking at her friends that have died. A lot of the villagers themselves, you hear crying, and there's an immense amount of sadness in the air.
Oh, man.
It is very depressing.
Well, ask her to abandon all of her dead friends and help us find our dead friend. Got it?
I tried to be a little tactful?
Right, well.
Magnus just says,
Lay it on thick, Elle.
Use your feminine wild there's for your advantages.
Okay, so Elle walks up to Valna and rubs her back.
Okay.
ooh,
Rubs her belly.
friendly
She's a
touching.
good girl.
Okay.
And she's I'm terribly sorry for your loss, dear.
It'll be okay. We'll bury them. We'll give them their rights, and they'll enjoy their good life in the underworld. They were all good people. They did not sin.
Good. I'm very happy to hear that. I don't mean to ask anything of you at this point, but it seems that we've lost the body of our friend who died in battle.
Okay. Do you want me to wait here?
I was just wondering if there was any way you could help our group look for him.
I'm just a merchant. I don't fight.
Can I hear this conversation, Aaron?
I mean, if you followed her up, I would say yes.
Okay. Oh, ain't there? You got a dog or anything?
If I had a dog, he would be dead right now.
Well, you could have brought it down in the well. I'm just saying.
She turns and looks away from you, Luke. Back to you, Elle. She goes, I cannot fight. I don't wish to go into danger.
We don't want you to fight. We didn't get to perform burial right. So it's a good possibility that he has risen again.
That quickly? They turn that quickly?
Magnus chimes in and says,
Sometimes, depending on the local spirits.
I'm assuming I know that based on
Yeah.
Oh,
burial rites.
are you trying to imply, that his body was, kind of possessed by a ghost already? Because that seems kind of weird and not how things should work.
Well, Magnus chimes in and says,
We're not sure that we don't think he got up and walked away per se.
Maybe the same person who stole all the shit off these guys, kind of dragged the body away, Can I do an investigation, see if the body was dragged, lifted, or anything of that nature, Aaron?
Hey, go give me an investigation check.
Because I don't think any of us actually bothered to check.
12. You follow like drag
Basic
marks.
question.
Yeah,
Drag.
you follow drag marks for a ways heading to the east of town, towards the exit on the east side, which there's one somewhere where I can't see it on the map right now. It might be northeast. Going in that direction. Eventually those tracks disappear. You see footprints, but there are so many of them, you are not entirely sure which ones are which ones to follow.
I go back to Magnus. Oh, hey, Magnus, it looks like, the body was dragged that way and then maybe carried off, or whatever. So maybe they're actually going to do some sort of weird thing to him, like reanimate him. That it might not be worth our time to go out there, but then again, I don't know anything about this. I'm not, an undertaker or, an assistant undertaker or, a prodigy or anything like that. So I actually don't know.
Well, it's the least we could do. I mean, he offered us his services, and not the ones that he tried to offer Elle. He did help. He did help.
Didn't he offer you those services at one point too?
Possibly, yes. But regardless, let's not quibble over what he was using his codpiece for. He did die for our cause, after all.
Yeah, absolutely there. So do you think we should try to, sweet talk Elle and, whatever her name is, the, Valna, into going that way now and then take a shortcut there and kind of do it on our way back, or?
Well, he says,
I mainly am just worried if we leave the girl here now and something awful happens again, we may never find her again. I don't.
Well, the thing too is if we leave her here and we go out there and come back and she's gone, we're screwed. But if we take her with us and she dies, then we're also screwed. Maybe we should just dump her somewhere else and find Osgood later. It kind of sucks, but he knew the risks coming involved. And to be fair, he did trust us without actually knowing us, so that's kind of not his fault too.
Elle, what do you think we should do? I mean, I just trust the girl with us more than here. What do you think?
I was in the middle of typing while you guys were talking, so I'll just finish that.
Do you think that Valna should come with us while we look for Osgood, or shall we leave her here?
I would rather keep an eye on her.
Agreed.
I think we should just, and this is just me, I think we should drop her off at the Grand Alchemist there, and then use some sort of, tracking ability there to find Osgood's, body. Maybe like a hound, or, maybe a magical spell, or maybe the gods, themselves come down here and, give us some, assistance. We don't always have to, just blindly, wander around.
Well, I don't think anyone was suggesting blindly wandering around, but
because we don't have any leads. Even Elle here can tell you, there's no leads other than the general direction.
Well, here's the deal. The longer we let his trail go cold, the harder it becomes to find him. I think you know that. That's the dilemma. So, do we let his trail go cold? I mean, technically more urgent than bringing the girl to the Grand Alchemist. We've secured her. She's not going anywhere.
Well, she could always, I'm just gonna let you guys make the decisions here.
I think we owe it to Osgood. What do you think?
Yeah, Al. What do you think there? Should we go after the man, body who tried to,
As awkward as he may have been, I think he was a good person, and he was doing it for what he thought was a good reason. And as Magnus said, he died for our cause. I think we owe it to him.
Okay, if we're gonna go, we gotta go now. Not later. Is it the middle of the day, Aaron?
It is early. It's probably like 9 o'clock in the morning.
If we're gonna go, we might as well, go now before it gets dark there. And I don't want any surprises, from some weird, people. So you better, best go run up the hill there and make sure your donkey's still there, because you kind of forgot him.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. So yeah, definitely first things. Well, first, did we get the name of the blacksmith fella from this town that was down in the well?
I don't remember his name if we gave it, but his name is Bruce.
Bruce McGavin.
It's Bruce.
So I want to turn to Bruce and say,
We're going. We shall bring her back soon, but if more trouble comes, you take back to the well. You should do well to stock it with supplies.
We will. You don't have to worry about that. And supplies might be an issue, but other than that, we'll hold our own. We have before.
Well, glad to hear it. And again, I'm sorry for your loss. We shall be safe with Velna.
I would say we would be indebted to you if when you return to Whiteborough, inform the Greylaws that we could use new guards.
Oh, you got that here. We'll do that right. It's the first thing we'll do when we get back.
It's greatly appreciated.
We have their identification, I believe. We will bring it to the headquarters.
Thank you.
Because I think we did take identification off the dead Greylaws, no?
Did we find them?
No, you did not.
But we can say we did. It doesn't matter.
I thought we did look for them amongst the.
Nope.
I thought we tried
You
to
went
last
looking
time.
for them, but you
And
couldn't
then we
find
got-
them because they were they got thrown off the side somewhere, and you guys weren't able
Okay.
to find them. Right?
Well,
Remember,
we
you did
don't.
look for it, but you weren't able to find any.
Sure, we don't have to have identification.
Correct.
Honestly. Just helps. But okay, so let's go back. Can we go look and see if Jericho the mule is still in the woods on the hilltops above town or whatever?
Yep. You start
Should be
walking
hungry.
out that way, and you see Jericho without his cart on top of the hill, like grazing, eating grass.
Am I able to catch him?
Yeah.
there,
I mean, you call to him, he looks up, sees you, and kind of trots over.
Hey, where's the cart?
Oh, no. I don't know. Maybe.
God.
Well, Jericho is not in the location where you left him.
Right, so I want to obviously get a handle on the mule, and then I want to search for the cart in the nearby forest if I can.
Sure.
Only you know where the cart is, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Well, Osgood knew. Should I do a perception, survival,
Well, you
investigation?
go back to the spot where the cart you last saw. And you look around, and it's not there. Go ahead and give me. You can give me any one of those three. It's perfectly fine. Investigation, survival.
I have an above average.
Okay.
investigation.
It's pretty easy. You kind of look, you like kneel down, you see the wheels, and it looks like when Jericho broke free, because you see the rope you had him tied to on a tree, it's like broken, like he like bit through it. Probably after like a day, he just, he grew restless. And in the same course, when he was trying to rip it off, the cart came off and seemed to have rolled downhill a ways. And you see down at the bottom of the hill, you see the cart, and it's stopped. It doesn't seem like it's taking any damage from what you can see. It's just way down there, out of sight from anybody else.
Cool. So, want to take Jericho to the cart, hitch him back up, obviously,
Okay.
and bring him back towards town.
Sure. It's a little bit of an effort, Jericho, because of the steepness of the hill. So it takes you about 15 minutes, when realistically any other time it would take him probably about 30 seconds to travel that distance.
Sick.
So you get it up, you bring him back to the town. It looks, especially from looking at the hill, it looks destroyed and decimated. You just see clouds of smoke just billowing up from the smoke that's still left and a little bit of embers that are burning.
Oh man. All right. Well, I guess I'll gather the crew now that we have our cart and try and start tracking.
Okay. Well, we need to have the conversation with Valna and Elle.
That's true.
So Elle, you I just want you, based off the comments you made earlier, would you give me a persuasion check?
Yikes.
So she
This is why you don't let her do anything.
So she looks at you and goes, I would be much happier. I understand that your friend is lost in spirit and in body. But I cannot risk going out there. I can't defend myself more than just traveling. I had guards. They're gone now. They died. I would feel much safer with you. And I do, as she kind of like puts her hand over your hand. But I think might be best if maybe you could take me to Whiteborough, where I'm supposed to meet this alchemist. Maybe your friends could look for Osgood. I'm
not splitting up the party.
But I don't want to go. I don't want to go into the wilderness. She's very adamant about it. You can kind of feel the sternness to it. You can also feel like her hand quivering in like fear at the same time. She's trying to like hold back.
Are you holding hands with her?
Yes, she is.
Why don't you just drag her along against her will, intimidate her? Like,
This is why
like,
Luke doesn't have a girlfriend.
This is like, bitch, listen to me. You're doing what's good for you. You're coming with me.
So.
Or lie to her and tell her that, yeah, you're right. Let's go back. We'll take the shortcut.
Stop metagaming. Let her do it. Let her play.
Give me your ID.
If my group will allow it, I will take you to Whiteborough.
Oh, I mean, if they're okay with doing that, then that would be great, and maybe you can show me where you live, and we can spend some time waiting for them to return.
Scissoring.
Oh my little ear flaps are tingling.
But I have to tell you, there are only 3 of us. And
I see that, yes.
we work well as a group.
Well, maybe it's best that I stay here. And if you need to find your friend. But I am not going.
If more danger makes itself apparent, then there's a possibility that we'll never meet again.
I can hide in the well. I'll be safe.
Frick's sake.
Based off your persuasion, you are as a GM, there is no way she is going to agree to go with you guys. So you have a choice of leaving her here to find Osgood's body, or you have the choice of ignoring Osgood and taking her back to Whiteborough.
Can I ask a question to the rest of the party as players? Do we even give a shit about Osgood? I don't. I could give less of a shit about him.
Obviously, Magnus does. Otherwise, he wouldn't be arguing to find his body.
That's up to Elle. Elle, do you really care? Like, as a player, do you really care if we go look for Osgood or not? Or would you rather just dump her off at town and then make sure it's a secured drop-off?
Why don't we just talk about this in character? Why are we talking about this out of character?
Yes. So let's go ahead.
I'm not part of that conversation.
Well,
I don't know.
at this point,
Well,
I think.
Assuming Elle comes back and explains to us.
Yes,
Right?
it's kind of would be the assumption that that conversation just kind of could continue to go on if Elle kept pushing. So she goes back to you to speak to you guys. So let's go with that in character.
Oh no!
Well,
What did I do?
She won't come with us to look for Osgood, but she will go to Whiteborough if I go with her.
Don't you mean, if we go with her?
If
Fuck.
looking for Osgood is something that I feel like you should do still, even if I have to separate from you two.
I don't think that's a good idea. Do you know if would I know if there's any druids for contract out here, Aaron?
No,
Contract.
there are no real druids I mean, essentially,
Rangers,
I mean, in a sense,
anything in this area.
you
where I
mean
could
in the
get
country
information.
itself. I
In
mean,
the like in this general
it's a
chunk of the map.
small village. More than likely, there's
It doesn't have
not.
to be in this village. It could be in this area.
Right. I mean, specifically, there's probably someone at some point that does patrols through. It would be another part of, I believe the guild name is, give me half a second and I will have it for you, is guilds. The Red Suns. They are typically solo mercenary hunters. So they're the ones who will take their time. They're usually hired by like the capitals of these countries to go out in the wilderness and hunt down monsters. So if you're lucky, there's one in the area. If you're not, there is not.
What are they called one more time?
They are the
Red
Red
Suns.
Suns. You guys met one, I believe, in Linwall.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, there. So here's what my suggestion is. I suggest that we get either like a druid or a ranger, somebody who can cover the grounds and actually knows the area out here. Let them find Osgood, and then bring them back to us, and then we can perform the rites ourselves there.
So
We owe it to him, but we need to secure this lady and make sure she's in good standing.
Luke, why don't you roll me just a flat d20 on a 10 or higher? There happens to be someone from the Red Suns somewhere in the nearby area. So you happen to be lucky. As you're kind of having this conversation, Bruce speaks up and goes, if you're looking for a mercenary, a druid, or someone, there is someone from the Red Suns that stops by here typically every week or so, and he's due back probably later on this day, maybe even sooner. You'll probably see the smoke. If you wait around, you could speak to him.
I think that's actually a great idea. I'm so glad that you brought that up to us. Let me double check with my compadres, here, and we'll figure out, if it's worthy of us staying around a little longer.
Okay.
So,
I mean,
El and Munch, what do you think of that their idea?
I mean, as long as I have a chance to perform burial rites, I mean, really, honestly, I don't even care about that. I just feel better knowing we didn't leave him to the dogs.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. El, are you okay with that decision there, or do you want to better left it done to us?
I think it's really the best solution.
Okay, there. Then we'll just wait around for this guy to show up. Let him know what we kind of need from him there. Do any of you have a possession of Osgood's there that he can kind of use to track, or find him, or anything like that there, or?
Did we though?
I missed what you said, so
No.
I don't have an answer.
We don't have any possessions of his. Do we know?
Anything in
not.
the cart? Anything he might have left behind?
Well, so do we know what god he was a? Paladin
He
for?
was a god of
Life.
Yeah, I think it was a Troa.
Okay. So we could. Wait, who? Which one?
Troa is life. Restoration is Altir.
Spell that one for me again.
Atroa.
Gotcha. Well, we know the symbol of his god, so they can at least maybe identify him by his armor if they do find a dead body.
Yep, you guys do
Nothing
know
we
that.
can track him by per se, but
Okay, so you guys are going to wait around for this person to show up and
Yep.
hire him basically to try to find Osgood. Okay, that's fine. You guys sit around probably for another like 4 or 5 hours, kind of sorting through the rubbles, trying to gather any supplies you guys can in some of like the slightly less destroyed homes for these people. Just assisting as best you can. Eventually, a man and basically he's in full red armor. He's full plate with hints of red throughout the entire thing. On his back, he has a large great sword, and he has his helmet on so you can't see his face. He obviously kind of assesses the situation, notices that you are all trying to collect stuff, and takes no one as enemies as he walks in and looks and goes, "What happened here?"
Points to Munch.
points to L.
And Bruce steps up and kind of fills him in and goes,
I'm just intimidated.
Bruce walks up and goes, "We were attacked by bandits. It did not go well. We lost a lot of people, lost a lot of homes, lost almost everything. But we'll rebuild like we always have. But these people, and he points you, need your assistance in hunting down something. And he kind of points and he just kind of looks and goes, you need my assistance. What can I do for you?
So I guess Magnus steps forward at this point. He says, "Listen, Mr. Red Sun, sir. Magnus and Munch, Magnus." And then like I flash my Shadowguard badge to him.
Oh, a member of the Shadowguard.
He
You
says,
need my assistance. I am honored.
Yes, if you don't mind helping, it could be quite helpful. Unfortunately, we've lost a companion into the dark depths of the afterlife, and his body has disappeared into the wilderness.
That is grave news indeed. So,
But
why are
willing
you you're not able to get him yourself?
It's not that we're not able. It's not that it's not. It's that it's not logistical, if you understand.
I do.
But we're happy to pay a good coin.
Okay. I can track him down. Do you have anything of his that will assist me in locating him?
I can tell you he was a paladin of Atroa, and he did bear the symbol of Atroa on his body, but I can also show you the tracks that lead out of town.
I actually have taken the time here to, write a description of him. So, if you find him in his body, it'd be easier to recognize what we're actually talking about instead of, something so vague like that.
Yes, thank you, Luke.
Yeah, and I think with your intelligence and whatnot that you're able to craft one quite easily, so there's no need for a roll or anything like that, and you have time to do it. You're not in a rush. So he kind of looks and goes, "Very well, I can assist in this. I'm going to be heading that way anyways. About the fee, do you want to pay now, or shall I just return to your guild hall once my mission is complete?"
We will pay you a finder's fee. Since you said you're going that way, if you return the body to us, we'll give you what seems like a fair price for something like this.
Typical going for this is about 100 gold pieces.
You'd be doing us a kindness there. Maybe we can kind of work in a friendly kind of, tit for tat kind of a thing there. If you can lower the price there for us, we can help you out there in the future should you ever need it. And you kind of help us out here now.
If you don't have the money now, it's not an issue. I will collect it. After the event that's happening in Whiteborough, I'm sure you will have plenty then.
I'm going to agree with this. Then just shake my hand. I just take my hand out.
Magnus chimes in and says, "Wait."
Sorry, there it's been a done deal. El, come on.
No, not that. What event in Whiteborough? There are no holidays coming. Not for at least a month, not until
You are
solstice.
correct. There is to be a wedding. As you know.
Anyone we know?
Well, he goes, of course.
He wouldn't actually know what the people we know there. He's first time meeting.
You know what? Maybe I'm not going to do the thing. He goes, maybe he has a point. It's best to keep it a secret.
Well, it's all good things are secrets. I heard
He
that
winks.
the Cardonel pudding recipe is a total secret too.
Oh, I have heard that also.
It's the best pudding there in the land.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right, Del?
Sure.
I think I don't want to have this conversation.
It's fine.
Magnus pipes up and he's like, "If you're not going to tell us what you're talking about, here's my offer." And Magnus holds out a small purse full of coins and says, "This is 40 gold. I'll give you 40 more once you find the body." Sound like a deal?
For the Shadowguard and with what's happening, sure.
Magnus drops the pouch in his hand.
Because I will return him if I find him.
Wonderful. You consider that a down payment, good boy.
And I pat his hand as he pulls it away.
Mm-hmm. He kind of bows and goes over to where the tracks are at, investigates, and after about a half hour or so, he heads off.
Dope.
So, yep.
He
did give you his name. His name is Shin.
Okay.
SHIN, like
Yes.
the thing I have on my leg.
Yes.
Let me write that in my handy dandy notebook.
Red Sun's Merc.
Putting it on my
He's
notes.
like a Red Sun's Ranger, right?
Basically,
Right.
almost, in a sense, they're all their
Rangers.
own, like, yeah, they're rangers. They don't necessarily like wear the leather and like run. They literally are just like the solo
Just
warriors.
And their
They're-
monster slaying
they're-
sensibilities as well.
Yes, exactly. They are your
Okay.
monster hunter.
Red Suns, and his name was Shin.
Correct.
Now, thank you, Shin. Hopefully you find his body and we'll be able to give Osgood the burial he deserves.
I do hope so. And then he walks off and does all the things I said before.
Nice, excellent.
Okay. So you guys have solved your Osgood issue. It is now time to venture to Whiteborough then?
Magnus feels better. Yeah.
I'm ready. Onward.
Okay. How are you getting there? Let me switch over the maps for you so you can choose your route.
Also, I want to increase the speed for today, so I would use my spell to increase the speed on the mule or jackass or whatever it
Okay.
is.
He's a mule.
It's a mule.
He's a mule.
The
Okay,
mule.
You are currently... Oh, why won't let me scroll properly? Okay. Can the stream see it properly? No, they cannot. Alright, you are currently in Wolf's Pine. You are heading to Whiteborough. It is a 2-week journey. You guys have no rations. And,
I have rations.
you had... Did you buy 4 weeks or did you buy just... You bought a little... You bought 21 days. You have 7 days of rations, I believe, right?
I bought a ton. I bought 30 rations before
Okay.
we left.
You used 14 to get here. No, to be more correct, you used
I have
11
7 rations
for the town.
We can stop in Linwall and resupply.
How much?
You used 11 rations total because when you stopped in towns, they don't count because you're in civilization.
Right, because I can just buy it at an inn or whatever.
Yeah, and that's part of that cost.
Okay, so that puts me at 9. I have 19. I'd be willing to split them among the party because I had the good foresight to get extra food.
I have 7 days worth of or 7 rations.
Which is 7 days.
7 days, yeah.
That can make us to Linwall for sure, right?
Let us find out. It is a, let's see, 62. 72. Pull up the calculator, do easy math, because screw doing real math.
Really? You can't do that,
2
man.
is 4. Minus 3 is
It's
1 quick.
5.5 days.
Easy.
Okay.
So it was divided by 24. I didn't really want to math that, That's why I was doing the math. So, yeah. 5.5 days to get there. Elle, do you have enough rations?
I have no rations.
So Elle is broke.
I'll give L 7 rations.
Okay.
For my pack.
So Elle, you now have 7 rations. Go ahead and add them.
We don't have to feed the chick. She brought her own shit, right?
You would assume she probably spent some time scavenging around looking for some.
Magnus gives her 5 rations.
Okay. She also does. She finds like 1 or 2 additional ones while like looking around to bring with you.
That leaves me at 7 for myself now, by the way.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So you head out. I'm assuming you're taking the road, correct?
Just because of Jericho and the cart, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Is there any way I can use my spell slot to make Jericho go faster and speed up this journey?
Go ahead and link the long stride ability really quick. Like click it so we can see what it does.
Donkey Long Strider.
Touch a creature, its speed increases by 10. I would say you cut the half a day off. So it's 5 days instead of 5.5 days. It would save you a
Okay.
ration.
It doesn't say how long it lasts.
Till the spell ends. That's weird.
What does the description say?
5
Description I copy pasted.
You touch a creature, target speed increases by 10 until the spell ends.
1 hour.
Okay, so I look up and
Well, I could do it 3 times in a day.
So 3 hours a day for 5 days. That's really roughly about a half a day. That is a good assumption on that. You're knocking out about an extra hour of time each day. So,
Half a day?
well, not half a day. Sorry. You're knocking about 12 hours total. So,
No, about a day.
it's about you save about 2 hours when you use it. I think I'm mathing that right.
I will spam and abuse that ability until we get into combat, at which point I will not abuse.
Okay. The assumption is so the assumption is you use it at least a minimum. You use that spell slot at least once, at the start of the day when you wake up. So you'll be down at least one spell slot, no matter depending on the time of the situation you run into something.
Mhm.
End of the day at night, you may have one of those spell slots not used.
Cool.
So we're assuming morning, midday, night is when you use them.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to assume who is our driver because Osgood was your guys' driver last time and he is now dead.
I'm proficient in land vehicles.
Okay.
Is that the same as animal handling?
He's driving a cart, and in this game, a cart is a land vehicle.
Mhm.
So, would you give me a survival roll with advantage?
Okay, for having gotcha.
Yes.
Using the Xanathar's.
Yeah, you're able to control the horse well
proficiencies.
enough. This is more of how easily you're able to do it, and if you encounter any trouble more than anything, is what this is. Okay. So you make your trip to Linwall. It goes quite well for about 3 days when you hit the fork in the road.
This one?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
That fork?
Yep.
The first fork.
This
That's what
fork
happened.
right here.
Oh, okay,
Why
so
can't
the
I
one in
ping?
The one in the forest.
The one, yeah, down here in the forest. Yep, that one. It is nighttime when you come across a man in tattered clothing, like just kind of struggling along the road.
Is he wearing black?
He is not.
Okay.
He's like in traveler's clothes. So I mean, his clothes.
Traveling the same direction as us, right? Like
He's
we came up behind him.
no, he's heading
Crossing path.
he's heading south on the road. So he's the northern, literally at the crossroads, but he's on the northern road of the three of them.
Hey there,
directions.
hell, I think this guy's up to no good.
Yeah, he's maybe like
I don't
about
think we
200 feet or so out right now.
I don't think we should trust anyone here on the road. So whatever you do there, do not say who we're carrying with us there. We don't want anyone to know what's going on.
I'm actually gonna turn to Valna. She's a Hume, right?
She's a half
He's a
elf.
half elf.
She is a half elf. Okay, but L is a Hume.
Yeah, she's a human. Yes.
I could use my disguise kit on her.
Maybe
Could I do that?
Magnus, suggests that so we can say that she's your sister
Okay.
or something.
Go ahead and roll me a. Go ahead and just roll me disguise kit. Just go ahead and click it. It'll be good. Down the
I don't know how
bottom left corner by your proficiencies, it should say like disguise kit, I believe.
Ah.
13. Okay. So it's decent. I mean, if on close inspection, someone could tell that you're lying, that she's obviously not your sister, and that maybe you're hiding something because of that. But on quick glance or from far away, no one can really tell the difference.
Dope.
To
Excellent.
add that as a player, I just want to ice this guy right away and just keep going on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Can't trust anyone, man. Nobody's trustworthy.
So, yeah, you guys are coming up on him at this point. You're coming to the crossroads. He is almost in the same area as you. And he kind of looks up to you, and you just hear, "Oh, thank the gods. There's someone on this road."
Magnus says, "Hail!" from the top of the cart and waves. What ails you, traveler?
"Do you have any food? I'm so hungry."
Oh, I got you covered here. It's I reached in my pocket. This is my last can of pudding. Yeah, I have nothing more to give you. I do apologize, but we've been traveling.
He takes it as you guys are talking. He just opens up and just starts like scooping it with his hand and like shoving it in his mouth.
Oh, that's impressive there without a can opener.
It is quite impressive. I always assumed it was more kind of like like the
it's not,
when we have
it's
like
not like cat food, Aaron. It's not like cat food.
not like cat food, but it's
That's
not a can.
I exactly imagined a cat food can
Yeah.
with a peel off tab.
Yeah, the elves are advanced enough to have cat food cans. So yeah, and just start scooping and just eating it. That is now canon.
I am now.
That is now canon. You cannot change this now.
God damn it.
So yeah, he opens it up, He starts just scooping it up. He's like, "Thank you." He goes, "Is this the way to town, or are you coming from a town? I've been lost in these woods for days. I just found the road."
There's no actual town. Not really what you define as a town. Back that way there. What actually brings you out here?
I got lost. We were taking a quick trip through.
There you said a kind of a we. Who is we?
Okay, and then he just like palms to his face. It's like, it was we. They're gone.
Can I see if this
You can
guy's
insight.
lying to me?
You can insight.
I don't know if this is being honest or not.
You get the feeling that he's kind of faking it.
Oh, they're gone, huh?
Yeah, they're gone. Something just tore them to pieces.
Oh, kind of like what things out there should we be looking for?
I don't know what it was. It had claws and teeth.
Right, that's kind of a lot of things there.
It is. I don't know what it was. We decided to go through the forest because it was a quicker trip, save us time, and.
Well, there's your first problem there. You don't cut through the forest. We learned that problem. We learned that the last
like
time
weeks ago.
Yeah, we learned that a long time ago. Me and my buddy here, Noam here, and it's our lovely lady companions here. They would recommend that you always travel by the road. So I'm sorry, it's kind of your own fault there.
He goes, "It's fine." He kind of starts to like reach and put his hand on the cart. He goes,
"Don't touch me there."
I wasn't trying to touch you. I just need to rest. I just wanted to put it on the cart.
Yeah, you can rest over there on the other side of the road. Don't you? As I pull my gun on.
Why are you? Whoa! Why are you being so hostile?
You're the one kind of being hostile here. You're
What
the one moving your hand, your grubby little fingers there. They're all covered in pudding,
Really, the pudding?
Yeah, you should learn how to use a spoon like a civilized man. Ugh, get away from me there. I'm just gonna hold the gun to him as they all talk. They can say what they want. Hold the gun. Don't trust this guy. Don't trust him.
His demeanor starts to shift as he starts to lick his fingers. He goes, "You should probably put that gun away."
Really? Can I shoot him now?
You want to go ahead? Okay, so Magnus, you readied a ray of frost. Luke, you had your gun out as you watch. As you watch,
like, you better put that
literally.
Gun away.
As you aiming at him, and he gets the sense of it, and you just watch as his body just starts to tear apart. His muscles grow bigger.
I'm shooting him now.
As this is happening, as you guys are going to
I'm shooting him in the face.
His ears raise up to the side, up into the air.
I fucking knew he was a werewolf.
He's starting to. His eyes shift. His fur starts to turn an orangish white color.
Can you shoot him now?
As the rest of his body just bulks out, as you see this massive-looking tiger in front of you.
God, it's a were-tiger? That's my life.
You both will get your attacks, and then we will roll initiative.
Could be a Rakshasa.
It doesn't matter.
Let me go ahead and clear this out here really fast.
Wait, so I get my first round attack, or do I got to roll?
You get your attacks. Well, instead we're gonna roll initiative. You guys will get in a sense. I'm giving you guys a surprise round, and then we will continue from that point. No, we actually just get your 2 attack, and then we're just gonna go from initiative. It's better that way.
Uh-oh. Good thing I'll be shooting first and asking questions later.
Can I assume that my mage armor was on, or no, since I didn't say it?
I mean, you're in constant alert. I would assume that you would have it on because of what you guys are
because
doing.
it lasts all day, I assume I wouldn't leave a town without it on.
I mean, the question is, this is that evening, so do we reapply it a second time if you don't incur anything through most of the day?
Mean, it lasts for 8 hours. I assume we don't travel for more than 8 hours a day.
Okay, then if you guys aren't traveling more than 8 hours, then yeah, that's actually kind of part of the assumption.
Can I ask 2 questions right now?
Sure.
Currently, is Longstrider applied to the donkey?
No, this would be kind of around the time where it'd be wearing. I know it's not because we're in the evening. You haven't used it yet. This is at nighttime.
So I have 1 spell slot left. And second question:
you used 2 of them.
Are we all on the cart? So if I slap
yes,
that
let me move you all over to the map,
and then start shooting him as he tries to catch up.
He's here. You guys.
I'm still on the cart driving, as far as I know.
Yes, this is basically the situation we are in right here on the map. with where I'm assuming Magnus and Luke, you're in the front with Valna and L in the back. Obviously, I'm assuming L, you put Valna behind you just as a precaution. So, let's put your tokens on here. We're assuming Luke is there. Magnus, you are here. L is here. And then I'm going to find a random token for Valna, just because.
She's gonna die.
Okay. I'm going to switch the music over.
Aaron, I swear to God, if you kill her.
Wait, Aaron, what happened to our intro or our rolls?
They're on there. Oh, wait, why aren't they,
No,
why aren't they on
disappeared.
there? Weird. I see them all
Here.
on mine.
That is weird.
Do you want me just to re-roll it?
Oh, no, I'm just going to add you again. Actually, I'm just going to delete these ones, I guess.
I rolled a
Real fast.
6.
Give me a second. I know. 6. Okay. Let's add L. L, you rolled a 15?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Magnus, you rolled a 6 also.
I think I roll quick.
Descending order. Okay. So it's going to go Luke, Magnus, you guys get your shot. Top of the order. L, then the Were-Tiger, and then so on and repeat. That's how it's going to happen.
Shooter!
So wait, it was Luke, then Magnus, then top of the turn.
Then top
right?
of the turn order is how we're going to do it,
Gotcha.
yes.
Okay, sounds good.
So Magnus and Luke, go ahead and take your Ray of Frost and your gunshot.
Whoa, uh-oh. Wait, do I get advantage because of surprise action?
No, because he's prepared for it. This is more of you guys readied your actions.
He's transforming!
He's well aware of what's happening.
God damn
On the
it.
other hand, Magnus, you hit him without an issue.
Pretty cold.
Yep, 3 cold damage. His movement is reduced by 10, correct?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and add this puppy to the, not literally a puppy, but the mule to the turn order because we can.
Can I
So.
because my hair got really messed up here.
I'd like to add that Jericho is black.
I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
I guys. I looked
Well,
for a black mule. They didn't
double-
exist.
Double click the token and then set an overlay color as black. It should make him darker.
Oh, tint color.
Yep.
That's cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Mhm.
There you go.
That's it.
So, can we do my plan and just beef up the mule and run away and then shoot him as he chases us?
We're gonna assume he
fine
moves
with
to the.
that.
We're gonna assume he moves to the
I
bottom.
like that
order.
idea. Let's do that idea. We're gonna stay on the cart.
Okay.
Nobody get off the cart.
L, you are up.
What?
You hear Luke
Are
go,
we-
"Don't get off the cart."
All right. Well,
Wow, you can catch up with us 'cause you're fast. You got dashing.
Magnus says, "Don't jump off. We're getting out of here."
Wait, technically, can she step over me?
Volna is his bar maiden now.
Can
Yes.
she step over me technically? Because I'm
All right.
technically
Yeah, she
half
can
her
shoot you.
size.
No, she can shoot. Yeah, she can shoot
She
anyways.
can step on me and then kind of like hit the guy, right?
So
She's
L,
got line of sight. Even
she
when
hits
you're
you no
there.
matter what. It's not a big deal. She shoots it. It just takes his claw and just slices through the arrow, just split it in half and destroys it. As it then leaps onto the cart, and is grabbing onto the edge of it as it takes a
Bite.
I want to make sure I actually do the right ones here. It makes 2 claw attacks. One at L. I'm gonna put him on the side here because this is actually where he's at on the side of the cart. One at L and one at Luke. 8 is L.
It's gonna-
9 is Luke because I roll
Screw you, Tiger Man.
horrible. So I miss both swings. He's holding on to the side of it. As Magnus, it is your turn.
As for my turn, can I just pilot the craft?
You could like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna and try and steer him north.
Just
Okay.
out of the way. Also,
Alright,
he is not.
I'm gonna
within-
make. Go ahead and give me an animal handling skill.
Okay,
Just
do
see how
well.
because this is kind of going on during this fight.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I would prefer to use that just as my movement and action if I can move. The whole.
You
cart,
can do a
so.
dash thing, yeah.
You want land vehicles or animal handling?
I would go with animal handling.
You
Here's
could
the
do.
thing,
It's
I
just,
will do something
technically,
with
we
that
counted it
situation.
as a vehicle prior to this, so it would be a vehicle in this case. You don't. On Jericho's turn, it's probably gonna be more of an animal handling to see if he panics or not.
Right. Yeah. Or I figured riding on his back would be more animal handling.
Yeah.
too,
So this is
since
more
he's-
land vehicles. This is technically considered a vehicle in this
I hope to
game.
God we get away and not have to fight this.
Well, he's holding on to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll either an athletics or an acrobatics for him to hold on to it. If he gets below your land vehicle roll, he loses his grip. And that's how we're going to do it. So you rolled quite well.
Yes.
Oh.
Go!
Do I have
Go!
advantage? Hold on.
No, why would you have advantage?
I got to find
Just
out.
made 2 attacks. You didn't say he grabbed onto the thing after he made this attack.
I am seeing if he has advantage on strength or athletics and strength checks, but he does not.
Yeah, screw you, bitch.
So yeah, he slips off and he falls on the ground. He still lands because it was just barely off, but you are able to take off away from him at this point, Magnus.
Oh yeah,
All
baby.
right. And just as far as my movement will take me, because I can't move the cart and stuff.
Yeah, I'll move the cart. So you're going to
up
go
the path
4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I believe there is how far you can go. And then you're going to go up. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then all I'm going to do is... I don't want to... Yeah, I'll do it that way. Screw it. I'm gonna make us a really long stretch of road because it's gonna be a really long stretch of road.
All right.
Good thing he's got -10 movement speed as a tiger.
Amel, do you want to take a quick 4-minute break while you set up the rest of the chase?
We could do that. So I didn't expect you guys to take off running, and so I didn't have a really long map for roads built up. So I'm just gonna put a bunch next to each other, and we'll do it that. So give me give us 4 minutes, guys. That way you can use the bathroom, and then we will come back and
Grab yourself a
see
beverage, folks. It's gonna
what
be
happens.
exciting.
All right, we'll be
sounds good.
back. And we are back. All right, so map is set up, all that stuff. Thank you guys for waiting. We are now going to see them run away like cowards. So,
Live to fight
Luke,
another day, my friend.
your turn.
I slapped that donkey's ass. I slapped that ass.
Okay, and then what do you do?
Longstrider.
Oh, you cast Longstrider?
Oh
All
yeah.
right, it
slap
gains
that
an
ass.
extra 10 feet of movement now for the next
And
hour.
I yell to this thing. It's like, oh, hey there, you hoser. Your shoes are untied there. I would like to make I don't know what I would classify that as.
Nothing.
Deception?
Vicious mockery.
Yeah, right? That's really the best
Can I
one
try
for
to
it. but-
deceive him? Can I try to make it like literal thing? Would you believe that?
No, you use your
What if I
action.
roll
You already used your action to cast Longstrider.
It's
You
a
can't.
verbal action.
You-
Would the tiger
free
believe his
action.
shoelaces were untied?
No, it would not. It is not that stupid. Luke,
I
your
don't know about
turn
that.
is over. It's the mule's turn. Would you please roll me a animal handling, Magnus, since you're the one driving?
Yeah, sure. I don't have a great
DC 10 is all it is. That's all. That's
Okay.
Okay, so Jericho, as you start to go, kind of rears up and halts the wagon.
Fuck.
It's gearing up to run really fast.
Yeah, so it stops in place. So on your turn, Magnus, you can either try to do animal handling and get it under control again, and then use your normal movement, or he won't move basically. You or Luke, because you're in the front, could do it.
Well, his normal movement plus the long strider effect still.
Yeah, long strider still takes effect no matter what.
All right.
So
This stubborn ass donkey.
yeah,
Always laying waste to my plans.
there we go.
Why is there two?
I
turn
don't
order?
know. It's
You
I
can
think
click the tracker token and delete one.
I tried doing that. I think maybe that's what bugged it out. So I'm just gonna leave it for the moment.
Okay. It's very confusing. Can you just try it in the turn order? Did you delete it out, or did you?
No, I tried to remove the turn order and it bugged out on me. So I'm just gonna leave it
If
for
you go to the
them.
turn order, just delete round 3 for me. Try it one more time. I just want to see if it fixes it.
I think round 3 is the proper one because round 1. Watch.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
0 doesn't. Because the first one it literally counted as a turn. So let's get rid of 0.
That's fine.
Okay.
Now can you click one of the tokens and delete them too? Like
Yeah.
the actual token.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
one on you can be deleted. There we go.
Perfect.
All right,
Excellent.
guys.
It's L's turn, right?
L, you are up.
Okay, sorry. Go.
I guess I'll shoot at him again. I don't really want to jump off the cart.
That's probably a smart move.
Don't jump off the cart.
You should jump off the cart.
Don't jump off the cart.
So yeah, and he just bats it away once again. It is now his turn, and he just looks and just and comes running towards you. Just boom, 5, 10, 15, 20. And he just
Remember, he gets slowed movements.
he jumps. Yeah, he has 40
By
feet.
10 feet.
He still has 15.
He went
Technically,
from 30 then.
he still has 5 feet of movement at this point. As he is going to attempt to jump back on the cart. It stopped moving at this point. So as part of his action, I'm just going to give him a athletics roll to see if he's able to latch on this time without an issue. And then he is going to make 2 claws attacks at you as he pounces basically onto you.
Use 2 claws if he's attached to the cart in one hand.
Well, in this case, he's got he literally pounces onto L and makes 2 claws and then grabs on. That's kind of the idea behind it.
He's got back claws too, yo.
He does. Man, cats with the back claws, those are terrifying.
Yeah.
Claw attack 1 is a 19. Second one is a 9. L, you take 4 slashing damage.
We good.
As he tears across your chest. Mother just cries out like, "L, no!"
God, she's in harm's way. You know that, right?
Magnus, you are up.
Okay. Man, I'm really not sure what I'm gonna do.
Or shroud him.
You could try to animal handle, toss it over to Luke, and Luke could then use his action to run away.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're kind of at a standstill at the moment.
Yeah, I should probably make the cart go instead of casting a spell, huh?
I mean, unless you have some way to you knock everybody away with a thunder wave.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either.
Get back on the cart, hell!
So you want me to make I can make an animal handling check as an action to try and move double
Yes.
speed, right?
Basically, no, it's to calm him at this point, and then you would move, and then you could move your normal speed with him, plus the 10 extra. Correct. DC 10. That's all it is. Ooh. So, Magnus, what are you saying to Jericho to try to calm him down? Because it was working. It was working, and then there's just this loud. Jericho goes, "Oh shit! Oh shit!" And he's just trying to break the reins and get away at this point. The cart is slowing him down.
Shit, I was just trying to tell him he was a good boy, and it was gonna be all right. But
He was starting to calm, and then just that roar, and he just freaks out. Okay.
Oh my. Well,
You
that
still
was my action, right?
correct. You still have your bonus action.
I don't really have. Do I have any bonus action spells? Actually, I think I do. Do I not?
I don't know.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta open my sheet up. Do. No, I don't think I do. Actually, not right now.
Okay.
Oh wait, I could do shield. That's a reaction.
Correct. That's for
False
yourself.
Mage armor.
Taunt him.
Well, he's got as a bonus action at this point. He already used his action.
I'm gonna cast Dragon's Breath as a bonus action.
Who are you casting
L,
it on?
Right? On L?
Stop telling me how to play. Yes, I'm going to cast it on L. Let me say it. Give me a
It
fucking.
was a question I was asking.
Give me a chance to say who I wanted to cast it on.
Okay.
All right. There we go. So I turn around and I just grab L's shoulder and I say, "Be careful when you open your mouth."
Just point out you rolled 3 1s, but we're not counting that roll because it's on her turn when the roll would take effect.
Right, yeah. I need to take that out. I forgot.
Mm-hmm. So
Doesn't that last for 1 minute?
yes.
That's my turn.
Great.
Okay, Luke, you're up. Jericho's trying to break free of the reins right now in front of you. He's panicking, freaking out, and then there's a tiger basically mauling Elle at the moment. With Valna no.
Well, shit.
What do you do?
Oh, ain't there Velna swap me spots? And, it's kind of do some sort of thing where I try to step over her onto her to block.
She
this
literally
tiger
just
doesn't-
leaps over you because you're the shorter of the two of you. And so you kind of duck as she hops over. Okay, but you are in melee range then, which means you have disadvantage.
What doesn't matter?
It does.
Can't hit anyway.
Alright, so a 9 misses. He just bats the gun upwards and just blasts of lightning just shoots up into the sky.
God, he should go deaf.
then so should everybody else.
We're
Yeah.
fine with that.
Great kids.
So, it is now Jericho's turn, and he's
Oh,
freaking
no.
out. So, Jericho, you watch as he veers off the side of the road
Oh, great.
Oh, fuck.
into some difficult terrain for him because of the cart, where he is now slowed down. I can't see, but I think I just got to follow, so thank you. As Jericho goes about there, and then kind of like looks around to figure out where to go, and that is his turn. Elle, you are up.
So,
You
if you
just brought my spots.
did you read the spell, El, that I cast on you?
No.
Okay, you should probably scroll up and read Dragon's Breath because it now is applied to you.
Yes.
Is it an action?
You use your action, yeah. You just release a type of breath. What type is it, by the way, to specify when you cast the spell?
Oh, I am gonna go fire.
All right.
It's night. Is it nighttime?
It is
Close to
nighttime. Yes.
Fire for sure.
Okay. Elle, what do you do?
I don't know how. Wait, how do I like use it?
Basically, you would just cast it. I will make a saving throw versus his saving DC, which is a 14, and then you roll a 3d6.
Okay.
I need to make a Dragon's Breath macro for my guy.
So yeah, turn
So-
to him and just.
Dexterity saving throw.
Indulge.
I'm gonna give him disadvantage because he's holding on to the cart, so he doesn't really have as much leeway to try to avoid this.
Yeah, roll.
An
Yeah.
11, so he fails. Go ahead and roll a 3d6.
Thank God for disadvantage.
Better question is, does he drop off the cart?
Okay, 12 damage. All right, so yeah, it burns. He does not fall off. He's still holding on, but you just breathe fire just down on him, and the flames behind Jericho are just trailing. You do anything else in your turn, Elle?
Quick question, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Does Watchbuckler give her advantage if someone's in range or no?
If she is the only, if she is, she gets her sneak attack. If she's no, it's just she gets her sneak attack if she hits when it's just like a one-on-one, basically, with no one else surrounding her.
So me being next to her is not helping her.
It doesn't hurt either.
So it doesn't apply.
Well, sneak attack doesn't work on a spell.
Oh.
I missed everything that just happened. What's going on? I'm sorry.
I'm just seeing if Elle's doing anything else for a turn. You really can't move anywhere. Your bonus action is to hide, dash, or disengage. You can't hide because you're literally in front of him. You can't dash because you're on a cart, and you can't disengage because you're on a cart. Unless you want to hop onto Jericho and leave Volna all alone with the were-tiger.
No. Vola's in the front seat, bitch.
All right, I gotta swap you guys. Leave Luke all alone with the were-tiger.
She's okay with that.
Quickly.
I ended my turn,
Oh,
bro.
I didn't hear. I'm sorry. All right, it's Tiger's turn. So he takes a claw at both of you and Elle, Luke, since you're both in range.
I can't hear the battle music either.
That might be on you, because they should be able to hear it,
It
I
is
believe.
definitely on my end.
All right, first one misses you, Luke. Second one hits you, Elle, once again. You take 9 slashing as it rips through your armor further.
God damn.
Uh-oh. Man,
He ends
hold
his
on.
turn.
Can we pause combat for just 1 second?
It's fine, it's your turn anyway, so we can take a second.
Okay, just because I gotta set up my side of the stream again real quick. The dice rules are all messed up right now because I had to reload to get my music going.
I can't click my token.
Now,
You guys can't?
I can't.
So maybe it's because of the cart. Well, I can... You taken... That's all. I thought you had more than that for some reason. I can minus the 9 off for you. It's fine.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh,
Hell-
now it's pulled up.
There you go.
All right, I think I'm all set here now.
ask a question, Aaron.
Yes.
Can I use deception to try to make him let go of the cart? Or anything like that?
How are you trying to get him to let go of the cart? I mean, you could stomp on his like fingers and claws. And
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Why didn't I use my mace that I have to smack his hands?
So it is Magnus's turn, but I don't really know how you could deceive someone to let go of it somehow.
Oh, wait, can I peel back his fingers like, and this little piggy went to town, and this little piggy, went down to get some coffee there, and this little piggy decided it wanted to get smashed by a mace today.
All right,
Okay,
Magnus. Yes.
I'm all good to go now. Sorry.
fine.
So I think I'm gonna just repeat my animal handling to try
Okay.
and calm this stubborn ass and get us out of here. Let's see. And animal handling. For God's sakes.
Okay, you calm Jericho. He starts to try to break free, and looks like he might almost. They start to come loose a little bit, and then you get him to calm down, and he relaxes, and you kind of just and he starts to return to the road. And I'm assuming you're moving somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move as far down I'll let you move it, but as far down the path as I can with Longstrider and a mule with a cart attached to it.
All right. So it's 5.
Oh, you
10.
got the tiger too.
Yeah, he's on it. 15,
Oh, he's still attached.
20,
You don't know that though.
30.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm just driving.
40. So he gets to there. At that same point, you look back like, we got away, and you literally see him on the back, just like attacking both L.
Like mauling L. L and Volnar, or L
And Luke.
And Luke. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And okay, that will be Magnus's turn.
Okay. Magnus ends his turn as
I,
it's Luke's turn.
being Luke, Luke Warmwater there, I'm going to, take out my dagger there, and I'm going to, stick it underneath his paw there and kind of, slice up on his fingers and see if I can loosen his grip there enough to...
Okay. You can make either an attack if you want, or I would let you use, your dagger as athletics to try to, pry him off.
Let me tell you, it's probably better if I use it as an attack roll because I get +4,
Okay.
as opposed to an athletics where I get +1.
Okay.
So, yeah, suck it.
All right, a 21 does hit. As you're thinking about doing it, and you're like, you know what, no, screw this. And you just stab him in the hand, and just,
So now he's attached to the cart.
and then you just pull it back, and it just tears open between his fingers. And he lets go. I'm gonna give him a athletics check to see if he holds on with the other hand, or if he falls. So since you're moving again, I'm gonna up the difficulty to a 15 on him versus a 10.
Could it be 17 versus the animal handling?
True, it's 17. You're right. 5 as
goodbye,
he
bitch.
falls off, just screaming in pain as it's stabbing him. But at the same time, you notice that it doesn't really seem to do as much as you thought it would do.
Yeah, because he's regenning. I know how it works.
So, is that your turn, Luke?
I think I'll give him a taunt, call him a hoser. You damn hoser there. That shows you right there with your little piggies and whatnot. And I end my turn.
Okay. So it is now Jericho's turn. He's calm. He's moved. I don't feel like you need to make a roll for him on this round because of how well you rolled. So we're gonna skip him on this one. L, you are up. He's let go. He's still he's still kind of running with you as the cart is moving as this is going on. He's right behind, just swiping and just barely missing you out of reach. What do you do?
So he's fine.
He's literally right next to you, still keeping up with the cart. So you just take your greatsword out and you just slice across his chest and down. You pull your weapon up before it hits the ground and catches yourself. You do get your sneak attack as you deal 18 damage to him, but you don't feel like you did nearly as much as you thought you would have with the weapon you have. So.
I usually know what that means, Aaron.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I do too.
You do anything else for your turn, Al? Okay. It's now the tiger's turn. And he's still running. He, you watch Magnus, as the Were Tiger runs around the side, taking an attack of opportunity with the melee weapon from Luke.
Woo! Wait!
12 hits for not as much damage as you think it would be. As he continues to run forward and then reaches and grabs the part of your cart that Jericho's attached to, and he's going to attempt to rip it out.
The yoke.
That stupid lady in the front's not doing anything.
She's panicking and like trying to crawl over you, Luke, right now.
Get off me, woman. Boy, there, get your fat fingers off my mouth.
So yeah, he grabs it and he just yanks, and you hear it start to crack and split. It's not completely off yet, but if he keeps at it, it's going to fall apart here soon, and then Jericho's not going to be able to pull the cart. It is your turn, Magnus.
Okay. Now, can I move him? Can I move the cart, like just normal movement, and also use my action still?
I would say you have to go against his opposed
baby.
strength check in this case, because he's yanking at it at this point.
Trying
He
to
hasn't let it
that.
go. He's trying to break the what's holding Jericho in place. So you'd have to be able to break free of it. If you're trying to just run away, I would give. What would we use? I'm not entirely sure. If anybody's got a suggestion to basically.
Well, I was gonna say
Skateboard is-
opposed strength check between Jericho and the Were Tiger.
Yeah, I'm okay with that one. So let's find a mule.
It's gonna be like -8.
A mule has
Not
a
for strength,
strength of 14.
Yeah, dude. Mules are
So he's
strong
got a +2. Does he have
Yeah, so-
athletic skill though? Let me take a look. I don't see anything. So yeah, it's a +2, so it's a D20 +2 versus the Were Tiger's strength.
I think he should have advantage on it because he's got, long stride around him where he can go faster and push harder.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Advantage?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I like the argument. You guys have used your spells and whatnot. You're making the good attempt. You're fighting the good fight. Okay, a 19. So you just Jericho, like in that panic, you calm him from the animal hand, and he's still quite calm, and he just sees, and you just watch as he kicks his foot up or on the ground, and just a bunch of dust just flashes into both Valna and Elle's eyes, and the Were Tiger's as he lets go to cover his eyes from being blinded by all this rubble and dirt that's hitting him. And now you're
That's why you
able.
should wear
Now you're
goggles.
able to. That was in a sense part of the action, but now you're able to move and dash and do all that stuff.
So here's my question: Can we consider that Jericho's turn?
I'm gonna
And
I'm gonna consider it basically like either you can move twice or you can move once and then Jericho moves once, so you still get 2 movements.
I can't do. Well, I wanted to do a movement and a spell, like just try and drive and you just hold the reins.
Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable.
I guess. Okay, so
yeah.
just normal movement speed forward ahead then. If
Right.
I might.
Yeah. And Jericho's action was to like escape. So 5,
Well, let me see what normal movement is with
15,
long strider first.
20,
See what that distance looks like
25,
before I decide what I
30.
want to do.
35, 40. So that should be 40. Yeah, and he was right. He was on the side of it. So yeah, that's as far as you can go with the 40 feet.
What do
I
you
just
guys
realized the
think?
chat can't see. Oh god, my bad,
Should we
chat.
keep charging onward, or should I try and kill him?
Obviously, run away. I'm about to shoot
Alright.
this guy in the head next turn anyway.
So Magnus just gives a yeah, and
Okay.
gives Jericho a little pat on the butt, a gentle. He goes yeah, but then he just gives him a gentle pat like this.
40.
goes
So
faster.
you charge all the way to there. Chat, I'm gonna zoom out for you because you probably can't see that otherwise. They still can't see it, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a big distance between the tiger and the cart now.
There we go. All right. Magnus' turn is over. Luke, you are up.
Breathing deep in and out to steady his shot. Luke takes aim.
Both
2,
eyes open.
He takes aim,
Blink.
and you hit a rock, and you bounce in the air as you shoot, and it flies over his head. You had the shot otherwise.
Damn.
right.
Reload.
So
Like Jericho.
on Jericho's turn, he uses action prior to that, so his turn is forfeit in a sense.
Yeah,
For this one,
I pretty much he really figured he only had his turn there for like the checks and stuff. We were doing.
basically, yeah. Elle, You are up.
Is she blinded? Did she get disadvantage? She said she would.
Did she what?
You said she was blinded from the previous.
No,
search.
it wasn't. It was just dirt kicking up. I didn't make a roll, so she's not actually blinded. It was just more of
Gotcha.
narrative based off the roll.
Well, they found it.
All right, L is 16.
Yeah.
You do not get your sneak attack because you're not within 5 feet of him. As you hit, and he's still running. He's keeping this distance with you. He gets hit in the chest, just poof, and just keeps barreling forward.
Quick question: Is she still slowed from the front ray across?
No, it's only one turn. Doesn't do quite as much as you thought it would. It is now the Where's Tiger's turn. So, you move forward. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And he's just sprinting, catching up to you. And you hear, "Rah!" as he dashes forward further. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He gets to there, and he's trying to reach for the cart, but he has no more actions this turn, so that is his turn at this very moment. Magnus, you are up.
All right.
He's not attached, but if you move, L gets attack of opportunity.
Ooh, yeah, move.
Yeah, I was just gonna. I'm just gonna. Magnus is now at this point. He's given the dragon's breath to L, and he is just focused on driving this cart away. So I'm gonna use my whole turn to drive again with longsword.
Okay. I'm just gonna move the cat backwards this time, so I don't have to adjust the stream as much.
That's fine.
5. He's somewhere around here.
He's back to where he was before.
Quite far away.
Blue 2 more squares. Basically, he should be able to get to your tail end if he dashes right now.
You can slowly just chip away at him. Like, die.
Luke, you are up.
Oh.
Yep, same
Really,
thing.
really
You
stop
have
doing-
it, boom, another rock. You shoot
Hey,
right over
there,
the head.
You know, try to avoid the rocks next time. Loser.
You hoser. Sorry, I'm such a hoser, Luke.
hmm At this point, Jericho does get his. He's already used his turn, but so he's nothing to save.
Question, did L get her attack of opportunity?
She did not.
No.
May attack L. Thank you. Claw. 19 hits you, L, for 9 more slashing damage. Those good rolls.
Doesn't she get attack of opportunity?
Oh.
Yes. L
say
gets
the way you-
attacked. I mean, I guess technically they both. I mean, actually, there's no. I mean,
Because
she's
she didn't leave
forcefully.
it.
So,
I only
really?
did that
There's
I
no
only did-
either way.
I only did that because I thought she was going to also get one.
Technically,
also
she's
shoot
being
difference.
she's being moved technically not by her own choice. So actually, there's no
Right.
attack opportunity on either side because you make a point either be both of them or it'd be neither, which is neither in this case.
Yeah, I would assume.
So
Okay.
L, you don't take the
Okay.
9 damage.
I'm fine with
Um,
that. Then. So she doesn't take the 9 damage.
Correct.
right?
She does not. And L, it is your turn.
That's fair.
Phew.
Pew pew pew.
23 hits for 11, and another arrow just hits him in the chest. He's still running. You watch he starts to slow down. And on his turn, he comes to a halt as the cart continues to cart away, and he stops and just you watch him kind of walk away into the bushes to the side of the forest. He's out of sight. He walks out of sight completely.
Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna
Back
shoot
into the
short
forest.
direction. I have the distance.
He gives up chase, basically.
He basically go ahead, Luke. You have
I
disadvantage.
still want to shoot.
I mean,
I
he's
want to
not,
shoot somebody. Damn it! I've not shot anybody. I want
you
to
have
shoot somebody.
disadvantage. He's still okay. Yep, you shoot, and this time it just hits a tree, and the tree falls over.
It crushes his head. And he's dead forever.
does not.
Never again. He gone.
It does not.
I'm
He
chalking
gets-
this up as a kill. Died under a tree. We're not gonna go back and check. Therefore, I'm correct.
Oh man! As you guys escape the wear tire for now.
Woo! Boy howdy.
Okay, I'm gonna
That
clear this out.
hoser there ate all my pudding. I had no pudding.
Okay. As you guys continue to travel, you make it to Linwall with no additional issues from this point. Let's put myself over so I can move you. And you guys wanted to restock. So it is 5 silver per day of rations. You have another 9 days left to go.
5 silver per day.
2 days of it will be used. So actually, you only need to do it's 7 total. So it's 14. 7.
So I'm gonna-
It's
How
7
much
days.
is that
It's 7 rations left. So it's 3.5 gold. Is how much it's going to cost you.
3.5
right now.
gold?
Yes, 2 days ration is 1 gold.
Whatever you pay in gold, multiply it by 2.
It's 3.5 for 7 days of rations. That'll get you to Whiteborough. Because 2
Magnus
days in
pays
Oswald.
5 GP.
Hey there, barkeep. I'd like to buy all your pudding that you have there. And when I say your pudding, I mean all of it.
So you buy 5 gold worth, which is 10
10
rations. All right.
Yeah. And I
I'll
already
team up in a
spent
minute.
what so far? Like 2?
You have spent. It was no. This trip here was 5 days.
Okay.
get to Linwall.
So I buy 10 more days.
Okay. So if you are running low, El Valna does not have the supplies to get to Whiteborough.
Oh, that's gold. Oh, that's gold.
That's why
Don't
I'm-
you have gold?
So I'm letting El know. Valna is a little broke.
I'll pay 10 gold.
Okay. So you get 20 days worth of rations. And Luke, you're asking for pudding. Barkeep
Yes.
looks at you and goes, "I'm sorry, sir. We're fresh out of pudding. It's all been sent to Whiteborough for the celebration. It's free pudding for everyone, don't you know?"
You know, now that you say that, there. Hey Magnus, we need to get back to Whiteborough now.
What's the celebration?
Who gives a shit? You know what they're celebrating? There's free pudding.
Okay, you're right. Let's go.
And before he can even tell me, I just march out with all my supplies.
I already bought supplies.
El,
Oh, ain't
Yeah,
there?
so if I had 7 before and we just had 5
you
days,
used 5. 2 left, so you
Yeah,
got
so I would've-
22 total.
I could give half to.
Valna.
Yes.
So 11 to her and 11 to you then.
Oh, hey there, Barkeep. Quick question before I, run off there to Whiteborough. What exactly are they celebrating again? I got so excited by pudding, I forgot to ask.
Magnus is outside, not with you any longer, by the way.
There's a marriage that's going to be happening with 2.
Well, who's the lucky?
I really don't know. I just know that I was requested all pudding. So I would presume some type of elf wedding. They usually use that type of stuff for that.
Oh,
it's
the elves
usually
there,
it's usually an all day type of thing.
Oh yeah, the elves there. They're quite good with the pudding there. That's going to be kind of a fantastic wedding. Yeah. I had something there else I want to. Oh yeah, do you know if there's any place to buy a potion?
Potion?
Oh yeah, a potion there.
Yeah, we
it's
have.
those things that you drink that make you feel better. Sometimes.
You mean beer?
No, I don't want beer.
I have all kinds of beer. What do you like?
You gotta. Do you have any holy beer there? I heard it's the kind of the best kind of beer.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh, you're gonna have to come to Whiteborough and try some.
I will.
The best there.
If they have a celebration, I'm sure I will get a chance to try it.
Excellent there. So can I get a bottle of sherry then or brandy or something? I got a gift.
Sure. It'll be 10 gold pieces for our best. If you want a little bit cheaper.
The best isn't exactly what I'm looking for. Something in the mid-range area.
if you look at that-
something around the 5 gold area.
We actually,
fine.
we have a decent brandy for 2 gold. It's your average sort. It's not your best, but it's better than the bottom of the barrel.
You know what? I'll take that there brandy from you. And about that potion there, no potion?
Oh yeah, there's alchemists down the road.
Oh, okay. Can I? Is it when I left or right when I leave the door?
To the right.
Thank you so much. I go walk out towards the
Pleasure.
right.
Enjoy the festivities. It's supposed to happen. I believe about if you're going to Whiteborough, you should make it there a couple days early.
Oh yeah, that's wonderful there.
Excellent. Okay. Anybody else want to do anything in this place? You buy a potion, it's 50 gold if you want to buy it. Anybody else want to buy anything or do anything else while you're in Linwall?
Magnus will pick up 1 potion as well.
Okay. Magnus, 50 gold for that. L?
Nah.
Okay.
I also talked to the.
You also talked to what?
I want to talk to the alchemist if that's possible.
Sure. Let me find them. Hit my butt. Sure. It is Andinus Wheat Chewer. It is a tiefling. They're old. They're missing teeth. They just have their like sharp, scraggly teeth.
Well, eat there, buddy.
Top of the morning. What can I do for you?
You don't often see tieflings around here, doing
No,
this kind of work.
We're not that common, but not all of us enjoy, running around with undead and vampires all the time. So, some of us find interests in other means.
The craftation of things. Yeah, no, I agree. I was kind of wondering. I noticed that. Potions are kind of expensive there. Is it any chance I could look for some ingredients there and kind of bring down the cost for you? Maybe we can set up a deal there where I bring you exotic ingredients and you can cut down on the cost on certain items.
Give me a persuasion check. He goes, you don't really look like the type of person that could get what I need. I have a good supplier already. I don't want to insult them and make them angry, so I'm sorry I have to decline. But if you ever need a potion, you're more than welcome here. My prices stay the same all the time. You have a good day. It's okay.
Do you happen to have any pudding or?
No, as far as I know, all the pudding has been sent to the capital.
I walk like Charlie Brown out the building.
Okay.
No.
All right, so you go to you guys leave. Magnus is gone, so I'm not gonna have rolls from this point. For the most part, you guys make it most of the way there. In between, though, what is the road I'm looking for? I'm on the wrong map. In between Oswald and Valden, you begin to hear, you hear horses galloping behind you. A little ways off in the distance. What do you do?
Elle, can you tell them to be quiet there? I'm kind of having a pudding hangover.
As he says that, Elle,
I think it's more of a detox.
You hear in this booming voice that echoes through the area in Elvish. You hear, lukewarm water, stop where you are at.
They don't know Elvish, so it doesn't matter. I ain't saying shit.
He goes, I know you can hear me. You need to stop, or we'll be forced to kill your friends.
What there? What can I do for you, my good man?
Do you guys actually stop? Magnus, it is on you to choose to stop. Did you hear
Oh,
this
hey there,
booming Elvish voice?
can you slow the cart down? I kind of gotta take a shit there.
What's happening? What did I miss?
You're back on the road.
We're back on the road.
Oswald and Valden, where you hear horses galloping behind you, and this loud booming voice echoes out, speaking in Elvish. If you don't understand, you don't know what he's saying.
So Magnus turns to Luke and says, "What do they want?"
That they are kind of asking, if we have any TP. So if you can just kind of stop there, I'll just give them some of my road rations because I also got to take a shit. You know what I'm saying there? When you gotta go there.
That's quite crass of you. There are ladies in the cart, but I guess I'll pull over. I don't want any part in your poopy escapades.
And I pull the cart off to the side of the road.
Thank you so much there.
Hello, good friend.
Turn your mic down. You're booming a lot.
Sorry. Can't help it.
Well,
Scoot back
back when you're doing that. Hello.
Be Elvish from 5 feet away.
Yes, Elvish from 5 feet away. So
What's my old pleasure?
So 5 men come riding up. Magnus, Luke, and Elle. You all recognize them in the same attire as the bandits from Wolfpine. There is a man in the front in all black.
God damn it! Why is it this guy? How does he know I even speak Elvish?
He walks up. There's no threat of spells as he comes forward or any other type of thing. He at least was throwing fireballs or some type of fireball. He walks up to you, Luke, and goes,
Is he speaking
I'm
Elvish?
sorry. Yes, he goes, sorry to delay you, but I know you have business in Whiteborough, but we require the girl. And I need you to give her to me.
Who might I ask is asking?
The name is Raxus.
Is that you or somebody you work for? I'm terribly sorry. I'm not good with names.
That would be my name.
Magnus, like,
I have no time for pleasantries. We need the girl. We looked for her. You took her. You're interfering, as you were told not to do.
Magnus is going to interject. Magnus interjects.
Okay. In Elvish.
He can interject Elvish. He can still interject. What do you say?
He taps Luke on the shoulder and says, "Luke, what are they saying? Why aren't you speaking in common?"
Can you give me one moment, sir, to tell them the bad news?
Be my guest.
One moment, sir. Get in the cart. Don't ask there, but they want Valna. So we're gonna leave now. Slap the ass of the donkey. It's like, you know what you gotta do.
How many are there?
There are 5 total.
They're not on horseback either.
Raxus is not on horseback. The other 4 have not gotten off their horses.
He just dismounted. He has a horse. Yeah.
He has a horse. Yes.
Yeah. I think it's time that you want the girl there. Also, I don't actually know how he knows my name there. That's a better question. Excuse me, sir. How did you come across my name?
He just looks and goes, "That is not important.
It is kind of important.
Quit with the stalling and give me the girl."
Magnus taps Luke on the shoulder again and says, "In common from now on."
He is also a human, the one that is speaking to you.
Well, yeah. My fellows here, they kind of say, they want me to speak there in common. But can you still answer that question there? Tit for tat. You do me a favor, I'll do you a favor. You know what I'm saying there?
This is not a request. This is
demand. It's kind of your demand is going to be unnoted if you don't tell me.
Or we kill all your friends.
Okay, Elle, you heard her. They want you now.
Magnus turns to Elle and says, "They're trying to take Valna."
What if? I pretend I'm Velma.
They don't know what she looks like either. To be fair.
Oh man.
Is that a thing that I can do, Aaron?
Do you guys? Okay, so you're not disguised. You're not disguised. Valna is disguised. Elle is not. Elle looks like she normally does.
Well, if they've never seen her before, why couldn't she just make a deception check?
It's true. As far as you know, they've never seen you before.
Okay, here's Elle.
So how is this gonna work?
When I come up, I grab Valna on the shoulder, and I look towards Elle, and I call Valna by Elle's name. I say, "Elle, they're trying to take Valna," and then I look, so I do the reversies.
Okay.
Flip it and I Missy Elliott it. I flip it and reverse it.
He kind of looks at you, Luke, and looks back at the group, and he goes,
"I'm not looking at anything that's going on in the cart."
He goes,
"I have no idea."
"Do you think we're stupid?
Well,
we don't know who you work with and who you travel with. We know it's not her. We know he's not Valna.
You're kind of stopping me from putting, I'm not making any decisions here. I'm not even on the game cart, You're just kind of being rude,
I guess you're right.
Did your mother teach you to be rude there?
As he looks at...
I'm ready in action.
So, am I not rolling deception?
He, as you can kind of get, at least from what he's speaking, because he's still speaking in Elvish the entire time. He's not speaking in common. Yes, you are. But you maybe are getting the idea that he is not falling for your little trick, because they are aware, this group themselves are aware of who Luke travels with. As a GM, they know who his companions are. If you were disguised, that could have worked. Otherwise, yeah, he just looks at UL and he begins to cast a spell. What do you guys do?
Can I take a 5-foot step backwards and shoot him?
Can we roll initiative?
If I can take a 5-foot step backward and shoot him, then
I'll let you roll initiative. You're not going to shoot him, but you can roll.
He's already casting too.
Yeah. So we'll roll initiative. No one's surprised. Everybody was ready for it. It'll just be a standard initiative roll. as I will then move us over to your favorite screen.
Hey, by the way, if you want to reset the rounds, you can type in !TM space reset in chat.
Well, I also have the reset round.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, in chat.
Remember what I said earlier? Oh, hey there. You remember what I told you guys earlier?
No.
I did not hear my music.
Kill him first. I told you that like 2 sessions ago.
Oh man. Okay. Would you guys please drag out your tokens? Roughly what we are going to. Actually, you know what? I lied. I will grab them from the other one.
I'll say, where are we?
Hey, grab my token out.
I got your guys' tokens. Give me half a second here. L, you have healed the full. You guys have had days of rest since the last encounter. Just as a heads up. Like I said. Oh wait, how did I end up with the tiger? It's the only one I didn't want to get. Like I highlighted everybody, and somehow I ended up with the tiger. Copy. There we go. Delete Luke. All right, so Luke, you're like there. Magnus, you're in the front. I think this is kind of how the setup is, except for you guys are actually on the road.
Close enough.
Yeah, basically this is kind of how the conversation's been going. Yeah, he's targeting towards L. Luke is.
What did he say his name was?
Raxus. Raxis.
Can
That's
I
the
roll
man.
something to see if I've ever heard of this name in
Give
passing?
me a. I'll give you either history or religion. There's a chance you could hear it from
History.
either one. All right.
Either one.
You have heard the name. The only time I've ever heard of Raxus before is someone that went by the name Raxus the Ever Living. That's about all the information that is known about him. If this is even the same person.
This
So-
is the man in black, yeah.
The man in black. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why there's a GM layer like thing. There we go. Delete that. Just tokens. So I'm gonna roll the bandits initiative. I'm gonna roll Rex's initiative. Target your tokens. There's roll some initiative and see how quickly I kill you all.
21, yes, finally.
Very nice roll.
The gods have smiled upon Magnus this day.
18. And Rexus.
God, I don't know if we should have started this fight.
18 again. Okay. Is that everybody? L. Luke Magnus.
I don't want to wear my leather jacket anymore, Aaron.
Magnus,
Come on,
you
man.
are first. Luke, you will go before Raxus, just because I feel like that's the proper way the NPC our players should go first. Magnus, you're up.
Okay. Magnus is going to just take one wide step out this way.
Okay. Then you hop off the cart, move.
And he's going to stop there. And he is going to start chanting and channel through his diamond a ray of... No, wait. A chromatic orb, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Towards the man in black.
13 to hit. You hit.
Yes.
All right.
Now I have to choose a damage type. I
You
believe, right?
roll a
Roll for
d6
damage
or
type.
d8.
Let me read the spell description aloud for everyone here, since it didn't post. Oh, it's not in the compendium. Never mind. Let me read it from my character sheet. I have it in the character sheet. Where is it? Chromatic orb. It didn't take a spell slot for that for some reason.
Oh, yeah, you know you choose your right. So it's acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, thunder.
Acid, poison. Okay, see.
Acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison,
poison, thunder. Well, it looks like a normal human, right?
He does. From all appearance that you can tell.
Well, I can't make a decision, so let's have the dice make a decision. Acid it is.
Okay, sounds good. So you go and roll your damage. See how much damage you deal.
Shit, what was it again? 3d8?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. 3d8.
Okay.
Acid damage. 11.
Very nice. As you hit him for 11, it burns and singes through his robe. You see, well, I mean, from everything you can tell from the rest of his body, is a normal-looking human.
Cool.
13 damage. Okay. Luke, you are up.
Did you say his name was Raxus the Undying or the
The
Unliving?
ever-living.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play the smart way. 5, 10, 15, 20. Step next to the donkey.
You have to
and
right
I'm
along
going
the
to-
side of it.
And I'm going to shoot this guy here.
Okay. 16 hits for 14 damage.
Then I reload.
All right, Rex himself looks quite weak now. There's literally a hole missing from his stomach.
Yes. Did you just blast him with your rifle?
Get it! And I reload.
Oh
Then
my
I
god.
Now it's Rex's turn.
Hopefully it was queuing up a heal spell.
Nope. You watch
Hopefully.
L as a black beam of like innervating energy springs from his fingertips towards you.
Uh-oh.
I actually need to make a ranged spell attack. So let's see if this actually will do it or not.
I rolled low.
I don't think it's gonna roll it, so I'll have to actually roll it myself because it's being stupid. Let's test it this way. Oh no, it did roll. Okay, well, I rolled an 11, so sadly I miss.
What did he do?
I did a GM
He
once.
cast he cast a black
Yep.
shadowy
If you
spell,
want to
right?
use your reaction, you can try to determine what the spell is. It's a DC 15 plus whatever the spell level is. If you succeed,
That's
you know
neat.
what the spell is. Yeah, you
That's
use your
neat.
reaction to do it, though.
Dope.
That's one of the
Yeah.
rules in Xanthars, which I really like.
And I roll an Arcana to match that.
It's an
DC,
Arcana,
right?
yes.
What is
It
what
is
was
it's a
total?
level. It would be a DC 17. All right, you know that as a ray of enfeeblement.
Yeah, I know that spell.
Mm-hmm. You
So that
recognize, you
helps.
completely recognize it, and yeah, you know
Yeah.
exactly what it does. He misses, and as he does, he makes a run. 5, 10,
You better damn make a
15.
run.
and he's gonna try to like hide behind the rock, which he's not doing quite well because it's not that big of a rock. Height-wise. Yeah.
Baby.
He's gonna die next turn.
Bandit's turn. They start charging forward. They are on horseback. I will remind you that. So they actually get more movement speed than what they would normally would. 5, 10.
Oh man.
Wouldn't their horses also have to be spooked by a thunder cannon?
I'll give animal handling. I'm okay. No, because yours doesn't deafen or anything like that. It just.
Oh, it's a thunder cannon.
it's-
It
It's
clearly
the
says
thunder damage, yeah.
Does thunder damage. They were standing right behind someone. Where
I
you
mean, I feel
clearly
like
said
then
it went through
Jericho
them.
on every shot you made on the last one would have had to make an animal handling.
Yeah, but
check.
he was being handled
Constant.
the entire time.
I skipped a few of them.
Yeah, but I switched over to doing a dagger.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't do it for you guys, so I don't feel like I necessarily should do it for them because it would have been every gunshot you made would have been an animal handling check.
At least the first one. Unless you just say they're war horses and call it a day.
I'll give you one. What is animal handling? Wisdom? 3. So the one, yeah. Okay, I'll give you the first one. He gets bucked off of his horse. I'm making acrobatics to see if he falls prone. He does not as he lands to the side. His horse takes off running off in distance as he then runs forward. 5, 10, 15. I'm only going to let him go 15 feet. And he will then pull out his crossbow, aim it at you, Magnus.
Oh no.
15 for 2 piercing.
Uh-oh. Magnus takes 2 piercing.
Yes. The other one comes running forward to you, L, pulls out a scimitar, swings upward at you, crits you as you take 5 damage. Make sure you manage yourself at full HP before you minus that, though. The other 2, one runs off to the side, 5, or mounts, or rides off the side. He then pulls out his crossbow, getting line of sight on you, Luke, and shoots you with a crossbow for 8 piercing.
Jeez.
30. Actually, there's heavy terrain because of that. So that one gets to there, shoots at L. 18 for 4 L. So L, you take a grand total of 9 damage. And that is their turn. You're up, L.
He's like technically beside me, right?
He's right next to you, yes. And no other enemy creature is next to you, so you have your sneak attack effect on this.
This guy. Hit that 20 damage, baby. You gone.
Elle, how do you kill the first one in combat?
Slice that off.
I would say a nice downward slice.
Okay. You slice and you just slices from the side into his chest, and he just slides backwards off the sword.
Like a knight in Gone Run.
Exactly.
I just can only think of the mountain cutting someone in half with a giant sword.
That sounds great.
That's all I can see. Just like,
Okay.
Sliced and cleft in twain.
yeah.
Well, is there anything else you wish to do on your turn?
Oh.
Chase the guy down, murder him.
That was kind of my plan.
Okay, you can make it to him with no real issue.
I'm just gonna, so he can't hit me, I'm just gonna go on the side of the rock.
The rock isn't enough to give him cover, and he can just move to the side.
He gets disadvantage when attacking you in melee range. He has to leave your range, and then you get attack of opportunity if you choose to do it.
Correct.
Wait, what?
So if you move into his melee range, if he uses a range spell attack on you, it's a disadvantage.
Is that like all he has, or?
You don't know.
As far as we know, yes.
Can she make a check to see if she knows about touch spells?
I mean, she would know about touch spells, and you guys all would have been in your study, and you would know about them.
He might be able to hit you up close, but casters are weak as fuck when you're really close, generally speaking.
Yes. He's also looking quite winded, bloodied, and missing a part of his literal stomach. It's
Nice.
completely missing.
Paco's giving Elle luck for the attack.
Okay, so Elle, you move to there, and that is your turn. Magnus, you're up. There are two bandits right in front of you.
Magnus is going to... Magnus is going to use his second level 2 spell slot
Okay.
to cast Dragon's Breath on himself. And then he's going to use his action, because that's a bonus action spell,
Correct.
to deal 13 damage.
Yeah, I'll let that, since you're doing it yourself, that's
to
fine.
both of them.
And acid again.
They both succeed and take half damage
Fuck!
with
That's
my
still okay.
amazing rolls. And then they take 6 damage because you round down.
Okay, and then I'm going to do the wizard thing and retreat!
As you run.
Literally around the opposite side of
All right, using Jericho for cover.
Jericho, yeah.
Okay, Luke, you are up. Both
I'll
the
cast
bandits,
spells between his legs.
both bandits to your left look winded, and they're trying to wipe off the acid that's burning their hands and flesh. What do
I'm
you
gonna
do?
shoot this one as quickly as I can. Well, he's not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Successfully.
He's
dealing
he's
9
wiping it
damage.
away, and he finally gets oh, I got it all off, and his head just blows off.
Brutal.
Menacingly laughing. Sheer delight. You know, that's what we call head pudding.
Okay, is that your turn, Luke?
Yes. There's no place to really move.
Okay, it is now his turn. With you next to him, he looks panicked. Not really prepared for what you guys were preparing. So he is going. I need you. He raises his hand to you once again and touches your chest. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. I hope you got a good constitution.
2, roll high.
7, no. As he touches you, pulls back, and your eyes, as his hand pulls away, go dark. You are now blind.
Hopefully you have blind fighting as a feat.
You don't have to have the feat to do it in 5th edition.
It's disadvantage is all it is.
Yep. Just -10 or -5 to all rolls, technically.
Okay. I don't think he's going to run. You just hear him as he does. He goes, "I take the light from you, so you may never see her face again." And then the bandits go. Fearing Luke, this one goes prone on the ground using the stump for half cover and takes a shot with his crossbow at Luke. missing utterly. It hits like ricochets under Jericho's legs, just up past you, Magnus, and flies off into the distance. The one over here comes running forward.
He's on horseback.
Riding forward. And then he takes a scimitar attack against you, Magnus. Swinging as he rides by. Missing you.
Yes.
Ends this turn there.
Being little is helpful sometimes.
Elle, you are up. You are blind.
Channel your inner rage. Murder him.
Freaking 18.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. She's blind.
Yeah. So what do you do? What do you say to him as he like steals your sight from you, and then you just like lop off his head? What do you do? What do you say? Because he goes down.
Something epic or corny.
I was thinking something like "eat shit."
I was thinking like, I'll tell you.
I'll type it up.
Am I gonna like get my sight back?
Oh, I'll let you know after you tell me what you do.
Well, it won't be epic if I.
Yeah, you do get it back.
Okay. I was gonna say,
There you go.
she's too beautiful not to see again.
Just as his head just goes flying, slow motion camera, lands on the ground, and just
That is
tongue
the
hanging
most-
out.
Epic thing you could have said.
Oh man,
Oh my! What is
Oh my god.
her heart bleeds for you.
She's too beautiful not to see again.
Not
you
literally,
guys.
but figuratively.
Holy fuck, my heart.
All right, Elle, you still have your rest of your turn left. You have movement and you have your bonus action. There are 2 bandits left.
Oh, this one here? He's prone.
Yeah, he is prone on the ground.
But to be
What?
fair,
I
does she know that he's there being blind?
She's no longer blind. The blindness fades as he dies, losing
Can I ask,
concentration.
was that a darkness spell? Could I see a globe of darkness?
No, it was blindness, deafness.
Okay, just making sure. Just wondering if I recognized it right off.
I
the
don't
bat.
like have any bonus actions to do, so.
Well, you can dash to get on top of another guy,
Oh.
or you can try to hide so you get advantage on the next attack you have.
Yeah. Okay. That.
He's prone. So he has to get up next turn
Mm-hmm.
to get away from you. And he has
Oh.
disadvantage because he's got a crossbow. If he uses the crossbow.
Can I like move here and then lay down beside the log to be out of his vision? AKA hide.
I'm gonna go with a no because it's literally like, even looking at the picture, half your body will be seen if he just like looks to his right. And
Maybe
you're
if you
you're
jump
just
in the air-
running, slide in, dust poofs up.
Since,
And he just
since
sees you.
this is all happening at once time, can she just technically jump in the air so she's unheard?
If you want on the
As
opposite
she
side,
strikes him?
yeah. If you want on the opposite side of the cart, you can use your action to hide. He's not going to see you most likely.
And I couldn't attack.
You could sneak attack with your bow still, right?
Well, she already made her attack this turn, so this will be for next turn setup.
Right, yeah, but if you were there next turn, you could sneak
Yeah.
attack with your bow.
Yes, you could.
If he didn't see you by then.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Elle, is that your turn?
Yeah.
My turn. All right, I think you know what I'm gonna do.
Yes, the crack shot?
No.
I don't know. Very fast.
Dragon's breath him?
Oh yeah, give Dragon's Breath. I forgot. Rah.
I open my mouth and spray out a cone of acid.
Okay,
He's
dexterity
like a
saving
spit
throw.
take.
14, what is your save is a 14, I believe, so he takes half damage. This-
Is my save at 14?
Yes.
That was higher than
At least
that.
according to...
It's a 14, yeah.
Haha! So he takes half damage, which means he takes 6. That's the first bit he's taken. Still holding on. Acid covering him, wiping it away best he can in a little bit of a panic. What else do you do for your turn, Magnus?
I'm gonna go ahead and risk. He's on horseback, yeah?
Yes, he actually still is. So the horse itself is like trying to like throw him off at this point because it's covered in acid also.
That's what I was
Does he
gonna
get-
ask.
Would, if he disengaged, would he get Not disengage, but leave combat. Would you get disadvantage on the attack of opportunity?
No.
Okay, well, here's my next question. Would he get disadvantage because he's on a horse and I'm a small-sized creature?
He should.
That makes more sense to me. I mean, small versus large creature anyway would already be disadvantage, and the horse is a large creature itself. So he's mounted on a large creature trying to hit a small creature, a creature 2 sizes smaller than him.
Oh, I'm trying to read here really fast.
Well, the advantage of being tiny.
That's right. Sometimes it
And-
helps to be a little guy.
Sometimes, but we're slow, so.
Yeah, that's also
It
true.
doesn't specify that there's disadvantage for that. I'm gonna go
But
with.
it does specify that there's disadvantage for a large creature attacking a small creature,
He's still technically a medium creature.
but he's at least the distance of a large creature away from me, yeah?
That's true.
I just because there's nothing in the mountain combat about getting disadvantage on anything. I don't want to say yes to that because I'm sure.
To be fair, mounted combat has almost no rules. So,
Yeah, I know.
it has a
I
paragraph.
it's got.
but,
I see
okay, that's
like 4 paragraphs.
That's fine. Well,
Um,
if you count the vehicles, I guess, yeah.
But yeah, I just don't see anything. I feel like it wouldn't, just because you're still within like 5-foot range, which means you could literally still be potentially like on top of him when he swings down at
Imagine
you.
riding a horse with acid sprayed on the horse and your face, and then trying to hit a child with a sword as it ran between your horse's legs. Just saying. But I guess I'll risk an attack of opportunity with full normal attack, even still. Oh, that's bullshit, dude. That's such bullshit.
Damage.
That is max damage. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It's 1 off max damage.
Emil, I respect you, but I disagree. End my turn.
I, in the rage of battle, said, "No, you hosers!" Specifically, this guy
That
just
guy.
attacked my buddy.
You blow away him and the horse as they
I don't
both
want to kill the horse. I want to keep the horse for later.
horse goes down with them.
God damn horse.
But yeah, you take him out without an issue.
I
Rex
just want
is-
to say, like, he's permanently gone, and half the horse is gone too, in the giant circular thing. Nice cauterized. So I'd like to eat that horse later. As rations.
Okay. You can make that attempt. Is that your turn?
I am also going to this way. Boop. Because that guy.
Okay. It's now the bandit's turn. He is going to aim at you, Luke. He saw where you ran to, so
He's got to get up.
yeah, Elle's right there. Isn't? No, she's not there. Aha. So he gets up. He's gonna run, I guess. You kind of have full cover because you're tiny.
The advantages of being
10.
small.
15 L. You have half cover on this shot. As he takes
Magnus has no cover.
Now Magnus has more cover than I guess Magnus did, but whatever. I saw L. So L, what is your AC? Is 14. Half cover gives a +4, so he misses. No, it's 3/4 cover. Half cover is no. It hits. You have only +2. You take 2 piercing as a bolt hits you in the chest. Armor taking most of the impact. As he ends his turn, looking around at all of his dead fellow comrades.
Oh.
Your turn. L.
Hey there, get that. Get him. We need to question him, you know.
Boink.
Boink, huh? I don't see the boink. Oh, you just moved boink. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Knock him out.
I don't want to click this on. Yeah. So, L, you just slice his head off. You walk up to him, cut his head off. He goes down. As you turn around, like you're putting the sword away, Vala comes gives you a great big kiss.
You know,
That's
how are we supposed to question them and figure out what was why they were actually here now? Oy. I go walk over and I pick up the head of that guy,
Okay.
and I'm going to put it inside the safe.
Of Raxus's head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it inside the safe, because it ain't going back with his body.
Okay.
Magnus wants to check his body for a spell book.
Okay. You go check his body. You do find his spell book.
Fuck yes. What's in the book?
You'll spend some time studying and learning it. We can go after stream type stuff
Sweet.
with that.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, I
Do
gotta
they have any
take
gold on them? 'Cause I
time
need some
anyway.
gold.
Yeah, we got a little bit further to go before I really want to end the stream. We're close, but it's just not the proper time yet. So a few more minutes.
Oh, wait there. So, Magnus, when you get a moment there, you can ask this, hoser here a question or two, and we can find out why he's here, provided he's actually going to answer.
What do you wish for me to ask him?
First off, some sort of way to figure out how he knew who I was there, because it's kind of weird that you both knew I spoke Elvish there, and the fact that, I was here. Considering I never introduced myself to anybody, so it's kind of weird.
Okay, well, can you distill that down to a yes or no question?
All I can think of is, are you a hoser? And I already know the answer is yes, so no, not really.
Okay.
Honestly, I can't think of a person.
There's not much information I can glean from a spirit.
His name kind of rang a bell of this story I heard there of Roxas, the ever living there. You ever heard of that story before, there?
No,
Well, actually, can I check and see if I have? I'm a studied.
advantage.
I'm a learned
You should
man.
get advantage because I
So,
didn't say first.
You
and
want
last.
to get... What are you trying to get together? I'm sorry, I was trying to fix something else.
If I've heard of the story of Raxus the Ever Living.
Yeah, you can... I'm going to go with no on advantage because it's your knowledge of what you would know.
I gave a
But
specific
you can go...
name.
It could be... it'd be really history or religion. Same thing I was giving...
That's fine. My arcana and religion.
Nope,
are-
useless.
Okay. Eumanus, you have not heard that name before.
Does being a necromancer not give me advantage on it? Because I am a necromancy savant, after all. That really has nothing to do with it, actually. But
Yeah, I'll give it to you. You are a necromancer. You would have another chance at potentially knowing it, so I'll give you that chance.
Yes.
13. So you know roughly about the same as Luke does about
Even though I rolled a 20.
Raxus the Ever Living.
what was the basics of it again?
Raxus the Ever Living. Actually, I haven't told you guys.
That's all I got out of it. That's all he told me.
Yeah, that's all he really knew. But Raxus the Ever Living has made little notes in history have mentioned his name. It is said that he, no matter how many times he dies, he always returns.
Okay, so,
Mhm.
sorry if I can. No, you go. There's more information I need to know.
Basically, he always returns. They have attempted to cut off his head, burn his body, stake it as if it was a vampire, to exorcise his body after death. Nothing has ever worked, and no one is sure why. No,
Well, then my interest is piqued.
So, like I was saying there, is there any questions you can ask this guy there that would actually answer whether he knows me or not? You kind of trailed off there, so I wanted just to reiterate my question, again.
Well, let's start with his men first. But first, for this to work, we have to dig a hole. We have to bury these men.
I don't think there's a shallow enough grave for these guys.
Well, if you want some answers, I can get them.
Il, would you be willing to, help me dig a hole here?
I'll help as well.
Valna's like, I'll help.
Wonderful. 5 holes.
Was it 5 total, right?
There's 5 total.
Can't we all just put them in one giant hole?
Doesn't work that way. Respect. You need to learn to respect the dead, Luke, or they'll never learn to respect you back.
Ugh.
All right, so you guys dig 5 holes. It takes everybody doing one. It probably takes you a little over an hour, I would assume, to dig like 5 deep holes, like proper. Unless you guys are doing like shallow graves.
Yeah, I'm gonna say just to make it up for flavor, they have to be at least like 3 feet deep for it to even be considered a real grave by the spirit that comes out of the body.
I do like that. Okay, so you dig the 5 holes. It takes about an hour. One of you doing a little bit more than the others. Probably Elle digs the 5th hole. She's got the more strength than most of you. And a bigger shovel, typically. You know.
I'm also using my unseen servant to help dig as well.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, so there are 5 bodies buried under the ground.
So I want to start with not Raxus, but one of just whoever seems just like the most ordinary of the soldiers, or maybe the youngest.
Okay.
And so we bury his body, and Magnus makes us, a circle of salt, like around the hole, and then draws some like arcane symbols and salt inside of that, and like lights some sage and some different herbs and stuff, and burns him over the grave, and says a little prayer and a ritual, and then they throw the first like pile of dirt onto the corpse below.
Okay. I don't know necessarily if the spirit arises as much as you begin the burial, like covering the body, is when the eyes open and looks up at you from the grave.
Mm-hmm.
The dead looking up at the living.
Okay.
And it just breathes out, and then you get to ask your question.
So, Magnus says, "Yes, young boy." What was the question I was going to ask? He says, "Is this man in black Raxus the ever-living?" And I point to the man in black, like his corpse, or maybe I have his corpse next to me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can. I was looking at it simple. It looks yes. And it's just yes. As the soul leaves the body at the same time as the face gets buried by the dirt.
Okay. Then I want to move to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
What do I know the name of any of the leadership in Testrax?
I would not think so. It's not.
I don't know the king's name.
You probably would know the king. I don't have a king's name made up.
Okay.
But you probably would know the top leader, the president of like a country type idea, or king.
Now, one more question: what are foreign relations like? What's the political climate between Ophrella and Testrax?
There's typically not a lot of quarrels typically, but in at least more recent news is Testrax is slowly running out of resources because they are unable to afford guilds like the Shadowguard to defend their areas and territories. So the occasional raiding band does come into Ophrella, but there's never been a really big war since really the undead have come about from any country anywhere. Everybody's kind of more concentrated on survival than anything.
Okay, so I want to do the same thing, light the incense, draw circles and salt around the next grave.
Okay.
And as we throw the first pile of dirt onto the corpse, and the eyes open, I'm going to ask it, do you work, or are you here working as an official of the nation of Testrax?
It looks up at you with its dead eyes, and you just watches the soul as the soul unwillingly does not answer your question and just disappears.
Damn, this happens sometimes. Don't worry, we'll try again. And then I move to the next hole.
Okay.
Still not Raxus, but just the underlings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there. You should try to ask if he wants to go home to his home country, and that would also answer the question there. If he's unwilling to answer it.
Well, how do we know that's what country he's from?
Well, you could just say, "Would you like to go home to your country of blah blah blah?"
Interesting.
Or should we notify your wife over there in blah blah blah? It's a different way to get the same answer.
No, this is good. Spirits don't like to give information outright. They're much more easily coerced or convinced, especially if they think they're answering honestly about themselves. So we do the same thing with the next hole, and I'm going to ask it that question. Do you want to go home to the country, or do you wish to return to your home country of Testrax?
Yes. Then drifts off.
All right, so I got one more lower
Yes,
guy,
you do.
not Rax, right? Okay,
Correct.
so this one, I want to ask you the same question because I'm actually interested if they're working officially for Testrax or not. So same thing. I do the burial rites, and then I ask it: are you working in this land as an official of Testrax?
As the spirit leaves, once again, not answering that question.
All right.
Is there any more dudes?
And 2, Raxus.
Just Raxus.
His head's currently in the safe, which I closed and locked.
If you want me to ask him a question, you can't keep that.
Can I keep his head there? I kind of want to put him in the jar on my shelf there.
The burial rites cannot be complete without the entire corpse, especially the head and the heart.
But he kind of said he was. If it doesn't work, can I keep the head then?
It goes against my order as a mortician, but I guess that's not my lot in life any longer, so do what you must, Luke. It's a bit grim, though, I must say, and coming from me, that says a lot.
Well, I think it kind of looked nice there on my shelf, but we'll see what he answers any of the questions for us there. I open the thing up, I take his head, I sit in the grave gently.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna take a needle and thread and just put a couple stitches in the neck to the body, just to
catch it.
Yeah, whatever spirit's there, that
Okay.
the head is still part of it. And then do the burial rites around Raxus. Now, the question I want to ask him, I haven't thought of yet.
As you perform the burial rites, the body, you sense there's no soul in it. It's not there.
Luke,
Yes, yeah.
retrieve the head quickly.
Okay, there. I cut the head off. Again.
You
Maybe we
removed a
should-
couple stitches.
Maybe we
Yes,
should remove his arms as well, and legs.
You suggest I'm way ahead of you there.
Let's burn this corpse, actually.
No, actually, I got a better idea there. So I dump out everything in my dungeoneering bag onto the thing. Sit there with my little knife, cut off everything at the joint, and put it into the bag.
Okay.
Taking great delight that I
It takes a
beat
little
this
while
guy.
to do.
Magnus is like,
I'm not unfamiliar with hollow vessels, but I don't have the power to control this. I think we should destroy that, Luke.
Oh, there, that's the great idea there. See, if you cut him up there and he kind of somehow reassembles himself there, it's gonna take a while there in the bag. So we could drown it in a river with some, cement there in a barrel.
It's going to take longer if it's ash.
That's kind of the idea, but we can figure out a better way. We can ask the Grand Alchemist how to approach them, because he probably would also know.
Wonderful idea. And I can also do some research once we reach Whiteborough.
Oh, absolutely, there. But I'm going to keep the head over there, separate from the body.
We're going to keep... Yes, but the entire corpse is coming with us.
Oh, yes, yeah, absolutely, there.
I need to study this more in depth, I think.
That's a great idea. Hey, Al, can you carry this back here?
Why not?
It's like seepy with pie juice.
it like over El's shoulder.
Okay. So you guys do that, and then you make your way towards Whiteborough. Now, there's one last thing that happens on the way to Whiteborough. Luke, as you enter into Valden,
Oh, God.
a young child comes walking up to you,
How young?
5 or 6.
Oh, hey there, little guy. What's going on?
He just reaches up with the letter in his hand and tries to hand it to you.
It's against my better judgment to accept in the mail there. Hey, Al, can you pick up this letter for me? My hands are kind of delicate, from building stuff.
I've already carried your crap. I can get this.
This is not actually, Magnus, my good man. You mind getting this letter there for me? And
Magnus hops off the cart, or standing next to the cart, walks back around next to Elle and crosses his arms and just says,
What she said.
hey,
He starts hitting it against, he tries to put it in your palm at this point.
hey, Falna, you want to earn some gold there? Can you get the letter for me?
I think not.
I take the letter.
Hands you the letter. Okay. Nothing bad happens when you take the letter. The kid scurries off.
Are we nearing the gates of Whiteborough now?
You are in Valden.
Oh,
right now.
Valden. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll secretly look at the letter.
All right. As you take a peek at the letter, it says, Luke, it's time you fulfilled your first favor. Come to the basement of the Wicked Fox, and we'll inform you of your task.
Where's
You
the
can
Wicked
bring
Fox?
your friends, but I suggest maybe you don't, unless you want them to know what you did to bring them back.
Is that involved?
It is in Valden. It's in the shadier part of town.
All right, I burned the letter.
Okay.
No traces. I gotta take a quick trip here. Y'all be good now, okay? And I go walk away.
Okay, I
I
guess
like to
we'll...
make a stealth roll when I turn the corner, so nobody can follow me.
Elle and Magnus go get Brandy and Valna. I know they want to, but I invite them to.
I'm always up for drinks. Elle, you join us?
If you're going, I'm going.
Okay,
Excellent.
I'll take
Wow, nobody cares about me.
So,
two gold pieces out of my bag for our drinks all night while Luke does whatever the
Luke,
hell shady kind of stuff
you
he's
go
doing.
do your drinking. So, Luke, you travel to the Wicked Fox. A reminiscence the last time you were here, you kind of get a little bit of a chill down your spine.
Eat there, buddy.
You recall that you made 5 favors with Black-Eyed Ripley, a man that when you signed the deal, a blood pact using a woman's blood that wasn't yours or Ripley's.
Yeah. I got the idea.
You owe him 5 favors. So you travel down, you go into the bar, they see you, and they just let you down into the basement. Ripley's
My
sitting.
hands in my pockets.
Ripley is down there sitting at a table, kind of
Anyone
like
else down
twirling
there?
around a dagger. Yeah, there's multiple people still down there. He goes, Luke,
Hey there,
glad
buddy.
to see you came right away.
Yeah, it's I happen to be in town there. It's just roaring and exciting, ready to go there. Hey, can I ask you a quick question? It's not related to the favors there.
No, you know what? Sure, we're like almost like partners. Go ahead.
Oh, excellent. Have you ever heard of Rexus the Undying there?
Raxus. Not, I couldn't say I did.
Oh, okay there. The other thing is, how do you kill that which has no life?
I don't know.
I thought that would be more insightful. Anyway, what did you need from me today? Not that I have a choice there in the matter.
He goes, yes, well, I lied a little bit. I know who Raxus is. He's the one who saved you because of your foolish tasks and your poor choices. And we couldn't have that done yet. So, we've been watching you, Luke. As you
Does he work for you there? Because you want his head
No,
back?
no,
'Cause
no.
I kind of got it. I was going to put it in the jar on the shelf there.
No, if you killed him, you don't have to worry about me. I worked with him in a sense. He helped me out. Now, on the other hand,
It means to an end there.
as
Can I
you,
get a beer?
no, in a minute. He makes mention like, we've been watching you as you watch as a hawk flies down into the basement and lands on this man in the back corner. You watch as his eyes roll back from their sockets so he can actually see again. And he just smiles at you. He goes, we can keep an eye on you. And with your hastiness and your recklessness, tripping in the fog over by East Hollow, constantly suggesting dangerous paths, traveling through the forests, and almost killing your own self in Wolfpine, walking your way into an ambush you could not have won unless it was from those villagers saving you. So we decided to move our plans a little bit forward. So what I want to let you know is your favor to me, your first one you will fulfill, and that I want to congratulate you on, is that you are getting married. And that is where we are ending the stream.
It's kind of funny there. Before we get to that point there, since I already knew this shit was coming. Just so you know there. You said wedding, and I was like, pudding? Wait a minute there.
So.
Oh, wait, 1 second.
Next time.
So, we will see Luke's wedding most likely next stream because it is in 3 days from now in a very eventful time in Whiteborough.
All the pudding I can eat.
All the pudding you
Come
can
on.
eat, your family's there, everyone. It will be wonderful.
I
So,
already got myself a date. So.
Oh.
Sorry, you're not invited to the wedding anymore.
So
I'll see you.
thank
Bye-bye.
you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's session. Next session will be interesting. I'll have some fun with it. Other than that, you can catch me on twitch.tv/amelwind. I usually stream a game on Sundays. We've been having some issues with conflicts because someone's doing training for work, so it's been a little iffy lately. I do apologize for that. Other than that, you can check out some of my work I have linked in the homebrew section of Charlie's Discord, Chop Shop Network Discord to be more correct. And yeah, follow me. Check me out. Charlie,
Excellent.
got anything?
Yeah, I am going to give everyone who stuck around in the stream for the entire thing 500 points each right now as soon as I can figure out the command. So hang tight, don't leave the stream yet because I can't give it to you if you leave. But yeah, and thanks to everybody who tuned in. We had an excellent viewership tonight. It was really great. Really appreciate everyone who's here. Don't forget to hit the follow button if you haven't. Check us out on YouTube because all of these episodes do go up on YouTube, slightly edited down. We don't edit out any of the meat, just like pauses and breaks and things like that. There's all of our links. The third one is YouTube. Go to YouTube, hit the sub button. It helps us a ton, and we really appreciate it. Beyond that, I just want to thank Amel for being the awesome dungeon master that he is.
Nah, no problem. All right, guys. Thank you again. I'm going to run our intro before I turn the stream off. So, yeah, catch you next week.